Hello everyone, great to be live. I think I made some changes with Streamlabs, so let me know if the quality is there. Hopefully we have, good quality here. Hopefully it doesn't lag. I don't have my Xbox on today, so how's everybody doing this morning? Good morning to everyone. We have 80 people in here. Almost 90. Good morning. You're late. Yeah, 2 minutes late, I guess. Or maybe 1 minute. 1080p? Really? Oh, you do have 1080p. Here we go. All right. Moving up in the world, you know? Moving up. Hedge fund shorted Matthew's pixels. Good morning. Stock market, yeah, it's definitely all red. It's red yesterday, red through the after hours, red through the pre-market. You do have GME that's up 13%. It is moving right now. You can see. Don't you sleep? I guess not. I mean, I pretty much go to sleep at. Yesterday I went to sleep at 12 o'clock. Woke up at 5. I usually wake up at, I'll try and wake up between 4 and 6, basically. Most days I'll wake up at like 5 because I like to get a lot of work done. Also check a little bit with the market, what it's doing. But yeah, I don't know if I sleep. I don't sleep enough, I'll tell you that. Why is it red? We just have the whole market is down. I mean, there's a lot of people that are just looking to sell, I guess, institutions that are looking to sell, rather than just people. Because everyday people, I would say, they're not selling as much. We're looking to hold and, continue these pushes of a lot of these stocks that are at all-time highs and whatnot, or things that are pretty low, like Tesla. Tesla's at $682 and has the potential to go up to that $800 mark. But it also has the ability, just like we've seen a couple of days ago, drop down to about 600. And if it does, then you have a pretty good chance of making some decent money from Tesla alone. So yeah. Apparently neither do I if I keep watching you. Because I'm always like either streaming or posting something. Did I see the 101,000 orders waiting to be filled at $8? Oh, for AMC. I don't see that right now. Maybe because it's not high enough to get to that point. But my orders really only show up to 792 right now. You have a lot of orders, buy orders that are waiting to get filled at $7.83. So AMC overall just doesn't look. It looks volatile, but obviously it's only between cents, not dollars. So it looks like it's more volatile than it actually is. It's pretty much flat. No roasting Matt today. You can roast me however you want. It's fine. Just don't like curse and all that stuff because I will block you from the chat. I don't feel like dealing with that. Have you done any other swing trades in the past couple of days? No, I'm in the process of moving my money to Webull. It takes a couple of days. So I moved about $4,000, close to $5,000 from Webull from Fidelity over to Webull, and I also deposited more money from my bank account to Webull. So I should have like a smooth $6,000-$7,000 coming over in the next couple of days. I guess maybe Monday or Tuesday. Hopefully I can do that and I can pick up some more AMC. That would be amazing, just to lower my cost basis here. Because if you don't know what my cost basis here is, I'm basically at $12 holding AMC. And I did add on a couple of free stocks here, but mostly I don't do swing trades, I'll tell you that. I don't do a lot of swing trades. I will do some, but a lot of times I don't like to hold overnight. I like to, gain my profits during the day, and then I don't have to worry about the stock going up or down, drastically. Obviously, if it goes up, then I'll be happy. But if it goes down, then it's not going to be good unless I shorted it. But if I shorted it, I'm definitely not holding it overnight. Is AMC on SSR today? It should be on SSR. I didn't check. Let me actually go ahead and check. It should be on here. I want to open an app. Why would I want to open an app? I don't want to do that. Sure. Come on. Now let me see the SSR list. Not let me click on it. I'm sure it should be because it did reach lows of, what was it, 10%? So it should be, but the problem is the SSR is not going to help us too much because we look at what the SSR rule tells us. It basically means that, what is this cat doing? What are you doing? Let's see here. It basically means that they can't short on the downtick. They can only short on the uptick. So it makes it more difficult for them to short, but it's not impossible for them to short. You see that we're seeing a run right now up to $8.30 here. We're close to it. And right now it's showing it at $8.34. So we see a run. We're seeing a little bit of a run here. And it's not even towards the end of, now we might see a little bit of a drop, but we are seeing a run. Hopefully we can get to 850. But I would love to see it open at that $9 mark. So that would be good. Watching from the UK, bro. Hopefully it's a green day. Wow, that's amazing that you're watching from the UK. All of this stuff, like from people from different states. It's amazing to say that if I go to these states, then people may know who I am. We can have a conversation about things that different videos that I post or anything like that, and that's amazing. It's on the SSR list. Yeah, I thought it would be. I can't for some reason pull up the SSR list. It's not letting me. Yeah, it's not letting me at all. But yeah. But it's not gonna do anything really. It's gonna stop them from shorting on the way down, but they can easily short on the way up. The reason why they're doing this is to drop the price. They don't care about the profits they gain from that short position. Most people that short care about the profits they gain from the short position, so they see it coming down, which is the easiest way to predict whether it is going to come down. So like say if we're looking to where it's going to go up, we're looking for these large candlesticks to tell me that it's an indication that it's going to go up. Now you can also look for the crossover here and say that you are going to have that indication to go up. Same thing with a downtick. You need to see that large wide range candlesticks, 2 of them at least, in order to indicate that it's going to go down. So that's what makes it easier for them in order to profit. And I do that all the time if I wanted to short a position. But they don't care about making money on that short. They care about just dropping the stock price. So no matter if it's on the uptick or downtick, they're going to short it. Watching from Sweden, that's amazing. Wow. Germany. That is awesome. Make sure you hit that like button. We have 545 people in here. Get emotionally involved. Buy one GameStop at least. Get emotionally involved. You want me to buy one? I'll probably buy 10 shares of GameStop just to, if things clear today. I hope that it does clear today. I don't really know. But right now, all the rest of the money is being held. I think I might have enough over in Fidelity. I might have like $100 free. So So I think if it can get down to 100 even, then I'll be able to invest in one share of GameStop. But you're right, being able to talk about GME, you want to be kind of invested here. It makes you talk about it in a real way if you're a little bit invested. Check your gram for pick of the SSR list. Actually, I can go over here. I can just do it on here. Bring this up here. Actually, I don't want to bring my messages up there. Don't look at my DMs. Let me see where the SSR list is. I don't see anything. Why is it not coming up there? I don't see anything. It's a different look on the desktop version. Can't look at my DMs, I'll tell you that. Oh, there we go. Oh, you sent me multiple photos here. Oh, 101K for at $8. I see that. That probably was filled at that moment. That probably was filled already. Where is it standing at now? $8.24. So yeah, I don't see them on the. Oh, there they are. Okay, so yeah, they are on the SSR list, but it's not going to help out too much. I can tell you that it's not going to help out too much. No, I see what was sent, the SSR list. Yes, I'm switching most things to Webull just because it's easier and I can do it on screen rather than not being able to do it on screen. Because like when I was going through Tesla and making my trade in Tesla, obviously that was towards the end of my stream, so you really didn't see the investment. But I was kind of distant because I was making the investment on Fidelity while trying to navigate through the chart on Webull. So it was like trying to do both, and you could see how long the process actually is versus just buying my orders here and editing my orders. So hopefully that ends up being a lot easier looking at Webull. And then if I want to transfer anything extra, I can transfer it over to Fidelity and do what I wanted there. But I know that my taxes end up getting complicated because of all this stuff. But thank you for sending me that. I appreciate that. But all we need to do is finish the day above 8. Let's not get greedy. You're right. I think what I've said in the past is that we needed this slow growth, right? We needed something that was going to grow by $1 one day, $1 the next day, $1 the next day. Like that's what we needed, was that slow growth. And then obviously we're holding out with all of them, with all of the hedge funds holding so many shorted shares. Then we're really just holding out, and we're hoping that any interest will push them to sell or push them to cover. So that's what we're hoping for. The problem is that if the interest rate is really low, then they can hold forever. Like that money that they're holding in these positions is not theirs. They can hold it for such a long time, while everyday people cannot hold it for a long time. So if that interest rate, I don't know how that interest rate really pushes up, but it should increase as time goes on. It doesn't make sense why they would pay a small amount of interest for holding all of the shorted shares. It's the short sale restriction list. Basically, it doesn't allow it doesn't allow people to short a position on the downtick. So if this candlestick is going down, it doesn't allow someone to short then, but it'll allow them to short going up. So the SSR, a lot of people thought that it would be a factor because then it wouldn't allow them to short to take a profit. But the problem is they're not looking to just take a profit on that short position. They're looking to short it and bring the price down. So no matter if it's on the uptick or downtick, they're still going to short it and try and bring that price down. And that's what they're going to do. So it's not going to change anything by increasing the price in any way, because they're going to short it regardless. And that's where I ended up looking at it differently as time went on, because everybody was like, the SSR list makes a difference. It doesn't really make a difference. It makes sort of a difference to where they can't make a profit on that initial short, but they can make a profit overall by shorting the position and bringing it down. Greetings from Wakanda. Yeah, I miss Chadwick Boseman. Anything about trading on Friday is knowing I won't lose any money tomorrow. I guess that's funny. Yeah, that's true and funny. It's pretty good. We shouldn't be losing money though, but like the hedge funds just want to be right. I feel like the earnings report is not going to tell us anything that we didn't already know. Any chance AMC will drop to $6 today? I want to buy more. There is a chance, depending on how much they can short, how much manipulation is actually there. There is still a chance that it could drop. But the overall goal, like everybody's looking for, is for it to increase, and it's going to increase as long as people continue to hold. The problem is that they have all the time in the world, but I think with us coming together and we're showing that we have all the time in the world, we're going to hold this thing, and they're going to lose so much in interest, and then also lose so much on top of the the price as it starts to skyrocket, because this should be pushing the same way that GME and cost is, but for some reason it's not. And I really don't have a reason to why. Black Panther was my favorite, man. Rip Chadwick. Yeah, I hear you there. I hear you. It was a great movie. Great movie. Great superhero, right? Great story. Great message. All of that. How's the RSI on AMC? Almost 70, but the price isn't moving. Good morning. Yeah, so the RSI really tells you that it's being overbought. So at that point, yes, the price, you should see the price move when it is being overbought. I don't really know what they're measuring this as, because it shouldn't be considered overbought at this low price and this quick movement. It's just the fact that we had such an upward movement in, like, I guess a short period of time, to where the RSI will push to 70. So it's based on the momentum. It's not based on just what the price is. So if we have this upward momentum, it's going to tell you that the momentum is strong, but then you see it obviously come back. If the momentum is too strong, you're going to see that pullback. So that's really what that means. So it's not really an indication on what the price actually is, like saying that if the price is $200 or whatever, just because it's $200 doesn't mean the momentum is, that strong. It could go up, go back down slightly, go up, go back down slightly, go up, go back down, and then you see less momentum, but more momentum as you see green tick, green tick, green tick, green tick. Like that's just how that goes. So RSI is definitely another animal. I'm happy that I got it at 1080p quality. That's what I'm talking about. Now, I hear people saying that Monday is very important, and since I'm really not into options that much, I believe it's an options thing where we can trigger a gamma squeeze, right? That's what a lot of people are saying. And since I'm not into Option streaming at 1080p, by the way, seems like you finally fixed the 720p issue. I think. But yeah, I think Monday, what people are saying is that it's going to go to the moon, that it needs to close above $8. And that's where I'm, it's a little bit over my head. Maybe I need to get a little bit more educated on it, and I'll admit that I do. But I was going to watch Trey's Gamma Squeeze video yesterday, and I did not. I was stuck watching the interview with David Portnoy and Vlad from Robinhood. That, like, I felt embarrassed for Vlad, literally from the beginning. Like, I don't even know why he would choose to go on his show, because he says things like it is. Like, there's no filter at all. Like, I don't know if you've seen that, but there's no filter. And he literally pulled up a video to where, and he doesn't really have the greatest technology, and he said it. He pulled up a video on his phone and showed him, and it had Vlad as a clown for probably like 20 seconds of the video, and you could see his reaction. He was laughing at first, and then he's like, this guy is really, like, overall in his head, he's like, this guy is really showing a video with a clown nose on me. Like, that doesn't look good for him. And I got embarrassed for Vlad, even though I don't like him and what he did. You know, obviously he made the decision, and you had other platforms that made the decision to restrict trading, but they led the way. And if you lead the way with the largest group that's investing into these stocks, it's not going to be good. People are going to dislike you, even though they gained, what was it, like 600,000 users or something? GME options up to $800 today. I don't know if that's a thing for it to push $800 today. If that's what you're saying, that it's going to hit that $800 price. Yeah, I don't know if that's a thing today. Like I said, it could push. You could see it push a lot, but I don't think to that much. I could say we see all of this positivity, which is definitely a good thing. Let's see if we could find a way to get a green day with AMC, GME, and cost. With all of the other ones, you could see that it's all red days. 1080p to the moon. Also on PayPal stock. What is PayPal doing? PayPal is usually consistent. I don't know what they're doing, but the overall market is actually dropping. So they're down 4% yesterday, a 0.5% in the pre-market in the after-hours market. So just like pretty much everything else is red. It's complete bloodbath across the board. Now, it's not something that's going down 10, 12% every single position. Like you see, this is a 0.5%. I could say that we probably want to wait to see how far this drops down, because the farther it drops down, the more you can gain in price for the long haul, right? That's what it's all about. We have 1,150 people in here. If you could hit that like button, just move the chat a little bit, hit the like button, get it up to 500 likes. That would be amazing. But yeah, I would probably wait it out a little bit. It looks like it's a serious, drop from $300 all the way down to this $250. So definitely figure out if you can get this to that 225 mark and hit that low, then definitely you can look at that as an entry price, a really good entry price, because then you could drive it up to $300. But we don't know how long this crash, quote unquote crash, is going to last for. So let's continue to watch this to see how far it does drop, because 4% is a significant amount. You could still see that dropping a 0.5% is pretty big as well, especially when the price is $253. If we finish above $8, AMC will trigger a gamma squeeze on Monday. That's what I keep hearing. You don't want AMC to go under that $8.50 by midday. AMC will run to $12 because of fear of missing out on the gamma squeeze Monday. Yeah, I mean, that could be a possibility, but the thing is that I really hope that you're right. We're going to see a ton of volume. Yesterday's volume was absolutely insane for AMC. Let's go back to AMC here. And yesterday's volume was absolutely insane for AMC. You can see this little push. Like, this just looks ridiculous. It should have continued on the uptick here. It should have continued. There was no signs of it pulling back. I understand that people sell their positions and you should see some red candlesticks throughout, but there's no way that it should have pulled back that hard. That's a lot of shorting the position in order to bring it back to earth, to scare people out of their positions, which nobody's scared. Everybody's holding. They're not going to win. We're going to win. You know? We have 1,100, almost 1,200 people in here. Please hit that like button if you have a chance to do so. You should if you are watching. Why is this not working? It's not plugged in? It's all a prank. AMC is going to give me COVID again. Did it give you COVID the first time? I don't. Hedge funds playing unfair. When do they ever play fair? When do the hedge funds ever decide to play fair? Anybody that has money, they never play fair. That's just how it goes. You look at the big banks, they never played fair. They got stingy. They got greedy. I always go back to 2008, 2009, and you see exactly what happened. And it's like the big banks, which have a ton of money, decided to believe in this and continue to double down in their side, thinking that they're right, and that all of the bigger all of the people like what's his name, Michael, I can't think of his name, the guy that shorted a bunch of positions, basically saying that the mortgage or the housing market was going to fail. It was absolutely ridiculous that they would double down and then triple down, then quadruple down, and then try and profit off of it, and like then offload it, and then they ended up obviously failing in the long. Like, it took a long time because they have the money to wait it out. That's exactly what the hedge funds are going to probably try and do. They have the money to wait it out, and once it starts to die off, once people start to lose interest, then they're going to try and bankrupt the company again. That's what's going to happen. What does Medea think about AMC? I don't know. She'll probably have some sort of weapon. Please explain AMC under $10 and CNK over $20. We know where the shorts are. Please explain AMC under $10. I don't know what you're getting at by that. AMC should not be under $10. But from what I understand, we need AMC to finish over $8. So if it does finish, $10 or $11, and obviously we'll still trigger that gamma squeeze. Michael Burry, there we go. That's the name. This is not Chandler from Friends. I unsubscribe. I'm not Chandler from Friends. I get that all the time. Did you just remove the message? It was funny. Are you related to Tyler Perry? No, I'm not. From what I know, I believe my dad's side of my family is from down south, but I don't know if I'm actually related to him. So, no. I'm going to say no. Doesn't matter if I am. Not somebody who's looking for a handout here. How many shares of AMC do you hold? I have 44 shares on Webull, and I have 1,690 or 1,700 shares over on Fidelity. No way, you're not. I'm not. I don't believe I am related to Tyler Perry. Intel short borrow rate for GME now at 13%. So I was looking at all the different, let's see if I can, this. I know it keeps bringing it up because I had ad blocker on here. So 300,000 short shares available for GME, 650,000 for AMC. I'm sure it will using all of those during the day. They're probably going to use those all to their advantage, and you're going to see that drop to basically zero. Costs is at 90,000. They were at zero yesterday. GME was at zero. AMC, I believe, was at like 6,000 or 10,000 or something. Ask your boy Tyler Perry to buy some GME. I don't think that's his investment strategy, and it's not my boy Tyler Perry. But half Chandler from Friends, half multi-millionaire from Tyler Perry. I don't know if you know, but I believe Tyler Perry is a billionaire. I believe he is. I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, $1 billion. So he's a newer billionaire. It's crazy to say that he's a billionaire. He's worked hard his whole entire life. It's crazy. Oh, you're related to Tyler Perry. That's nuts. I'm not related to Tyler Perry. People are saying this. People are saying this out of nowhere. I'm not related to Tyler Perry. I don't believe I am. Like I said, my dad's side of my family, which is where the Perry name comes from, is from down south, but I'm not going to say I'm related to Tyler Perry. This Tyler Perry stuff is kind of funny, though. Hope you have a great weekend. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'm going to stream this weekend. I might just, stream about just, talking about some things for a little while. It's not going to be as long as my normal streams, but I'm not sure because I like to spend some time with the family over the weekend, and then wait for that gamma squeeze. I know you've seen Trade's recent video on the gamma squeeze. I haven't. I wanted to check it out yesterday, but I got, caught up watching some shows. Sometimes I just need to relax and, stop posting on YouTube and any other social media platform. Even though this is less of a social media platform, I would say. We have 1,397 people in here. If you could hit that like button, that would be amazing. You're not related to Tyler Perry, wink, wink. Pelvic thrust that like button for AMC. Yes, hit that like button for AMC. He's definitely related to Tyler Perry. I saw it on the internet. What are you talking about? Did you see the new episode of WandaVision? No, I wanted to stay up last night and watch it, but I went to sleep at 12 o'clock. I was just totally beat after, everything. I uploaded, I recorded 3 videos. Talked about one should have posted right now for I think AMC or GME. I posted one for AMC, GME, also for costs for the 3 areas that were aggressively positive for the last couple of days and then all of a sudden turned negative and pretty much lost everything. I did not see it, so do not mess it up for me. If I do see anybody mess it up for me, I will end this stream very quick. I cannot have that. So I'm looking to watch that soon. I was playing the new Call of Duty download, the new zombies that they have on there, which is crazy. It's so great. AMC's at $8.50, so it broke the $8.50 mark. That would be amazing. Hopefully we can continue and finish over $8 like everybody is saying. I need AMC to go to $34 to recover my losses. Jeez. $34? Why would you need it to go to $34? Did you sell some at a low price? My wife's boyfriend is sick. That's you, Mr. Perry. My wife's boyfriend? I'm not your wife's boyfriend. I'm sorry, I'm not your wife's boyfriend. Thank you for the super chat, Roland. I appreciate that. Alexander, thank you for that super chat. I appreciate that a lot. You guys are amazing for sending super chats and, even just communicating with me through the chat. You guys are amazing. I try and do as much as possible. I was watching some of trades. I thought we talked about 4K pH in here. Come on now. We don't need to talk about that, and it doesn't need to be in 4K. Let's be honest. But yeah, I appreciate everybody in the chat, everybody communicating with me. It's amazing to be able to get up and talk to a bunch of people, especially with the fact that COVID's going on. I can't really go out and talk to any friends. My best friend lives in Delaware, so it's like I can't, go out and just have a beer or something. That's not. I mean, technically I could, but I don't want to because of COVID. Are we looking for a squeeze today or Monday? Apparently we're looking for a gamma squeeze Monday. Today, we're just hoping that the stock price continues to increase, that we have enough people that have that fear of missing out of the gamma squeeze on Monday so that we can continue to push this stock price up. Come on now, let's... Jared White, Whittaker? Like Forrest Whitaker? That this guy is hung like a Clydesdale. Why is that the first thing that comes to mind? GME, please come back for me. Still holding the bag 50% down. Wow, 50%. That's crazy. For a lot of people that did invest at $200, that's definitely difficult. Definitely difficult to take in because it went all the way down to like $40. People that invested at $200 went down to $40. Like it's even difficult to get from or to invest at that $100 mark and then go down to $40. That's 100% or 50% loss. So it's definitely difficult. I don't like seeing a 50% loss in anything because especially with my like short-term brain, with the day trading thought is always to get out the same day, get in and get out the same day, and that's just not what you can do here. It's more of a longer term play, especially with them looking to win. All they're doing is looking to win out of the deal, and they're going to hold as long as possible, and we have to make sure while they're holding it's the worst situation for them. They gain the most amount of interest. They're continuing to short different positions, gaining a lot of interest here, or losing a lot of interest, I guess. And that's what we're hoping for, so we can just kind of squeeze them out of their positions. The problem is that if they're paying low interest, we're not going to be able to squeeze them out of their positions. So I don't know how we really get the interest to increase, but yeah, definitely difficult. AMC is the largest movie theater chain in the world and under $10. But Cinemark CNK is only the third largest in the US and is over $20. AMC should be $20 plus. Yeah, you're probably right. I just think with yes, AMC is the largest movie theater chain in the world, right? They were losing a lot in revenue though, based on the fact that people were going to these up and coming places over AMC. So yes, the largest one in the world in some very popular places, like I believe they had one in Disney. When we went to Disney, I believe they had one there, and I would have loved to be able to see a movie there, but we didn't. But yeah, you're right. Seeing something as big as AMC, I believe that it should be a $10 to $15 stock right now, and once they get the ball rolling, yeah, it should be 20 plus. You're absolutely right. It's a huge movie theater chain. It's something that has a lot of success, and with a little revamp in their business model, you can definitely see the stock price increase a ton because they're valuable, very valuable. And you're absolutely right. I'm holding until, where did I go? Largest doesn't mean most popular. Yeah, you're right. It doesn't mean most popular, but it should be the most popular. It's in areas to where you only have access to that movie theater, and you'll see it, and people will go there and they have the dine-in movie theater. They have areas that are not dine-in movie theaters, but that's the whole idea now, is to have that dining experience while watching a movie. Instead of going to dinner and a movie, you now have dinner with the movie. So I can definitely say that even though, I go to different places like the movie tavern. I'll go to just regular movie theaters, regular IMAX movie theaters. But if we had an AMC, well, we do have an AMC that's very close, and we go there occasionally. Um, the problem is some of them will charge more for a lot of their things, which I don't know if we truly care about, because I can't tell you that we go there and just stare at the prices and go, this is, $5 or $10. But we want to go to a place to where we feel like we are home, and hopefully that's what a revamp will give you with AMC. So yeah, the largest does not mean it's popular, but the fact that it is the largest still means something. The fact that a lot of their areas or locations are still open means something. So all they have to do is obviously survive this, revamp a little bit, change a little bit of their business model, and then they can go from there, and they'll be worth a $20+ stock. Right now, I think it's $10 to $15, and they'll be $20+ soon. Yeah, AMC is losing a lot, but $900 million per year, is that what? I didn't get the word there, but largest doesn't mean profitable. Yeah, you're right. Definitely how it's run, how it was run pre-pandemic, and I think this is going to open a lot of the executive team's eyes to exactly what people think, because with all the popularity comes a lot of criticism and a lot of belief. So what they're going to do is they're going to look at all these reviews, say exactly what we're saying. Yes, they're not profitable. They're the largest movie theater chain, in the world, or in the U.S. I don't even know if it's in the world. In the U.S. So I feel like that will be something that we need to take into account here. Thank you for the super chat, Camilo. It's Camilo. Thank you for that super chat. I appreciate that. Did you see AMC tweet about tendies yesterday? No, I didn't see that, and I don't know if it's true. I don't go on Twitter much. I have a Twitter, but I don't go on Twitter much. I'll probably go in there like once a week, and I don't even say anything. I don't even do anything. It's great long term. I do believe that it's great long term. The problem is that most people want to recognize their profits like as soon as possible. They want to gain tens of thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars right now, but the hedge funds are being stubborn and not admitting that they lost. They want to drag this on, and they're going to lose a ton of interest, and they're also going to lose a ton of money. And that's just how it goes. $13 theater popcorn. $3,500. AMC can't be a $10 stock. What? They tweeted about tendies is true. That's funny. That's funny. Thoughts on GME? So right now you can see GME is pushing to 130. So it's definitely making moves. Being up 16% right now is huge. It's showing that it still has the strength, and they may be focusing a lot of their short energy here on AMC or AMC or costs or something like that. Because you see 16% up in the pre-market is huge, up from the starting point of 108 to where it closed, all the way up to 126. It is starting to pull back a little bit, but you see that it does have that potential today to continue to increase. Is coffee making me gotta poop? What? Why is that the first thing that I seen over here? GME is up 17%. Yeah, well, now it's 16%. So, I mean, it shows that it has the potential here, but we're going to see the same thing that we see with AMC and GME, maybe at a less aggressive scale, because they probably have more the hedge funds probably have more invested into the other two areas. You can see that cost is down 4% or 5%. AMC is down 0.5% from where it closed. It pushed below $8.50, and you can see this great movement here. Once it crossed over, once you've seen that gap up in the morning, where it crossed the 120 mark, right? You could see that it stayed above. You could see the 200 moving average stay below the 15 moving average, or 200 EMA stay below the 15 moving average, and it starts to widen here a little bit. We like to see it widen. We like to see it increase here, but just know that with anything that pulls away from this 15 moving average line, you're going to see it come back to earth. Even though the indicator is actually chasing the stock, you're going to see it come back to earth a little bit. But we're hoping that we can continue to see this push up. I love to see all of these wide range candlesticks. The green ones, the red ones really just don't sit well with me, obviously, because I would love it to go up. But most people are not selling at this scale. They're pushing to have it increase. What software am I using? This is Webull. All you have to do is go hit the link in the description, sign up, deposit $100, and you'll get free stocks with Webull. Also, if you go to the downloads tab, you can download this platform. It's not a website, it's a separate platform that you download to your computer. So then you can click on that and it automatically opens up, connects to the internet. You don't have to worry about signing in and all that stuff. It pre-signs you in. And then with Webull, I really like the fact that you go into the account area and you just enter whatever your PIN is, and then you're able to trade and do whatever you want. You can see that I have 31 shares of ADT now. You can see my portfolio in Webull as it increases. I have 44 shares of AMC, 1 share of AGI. I have 2 shares of Ford, 5 shares of SWN. So you're going to see these increase as time goes on, as the free stocks start to clear. So yeah, you're going to see a lot of that. And then we're also going to have money that's deposited into here from Fidelity. So hopefully I can make some decent trades. Right now, everything looks pretty difficult to take in, because you can look at something that's like a, wow, this got down to $655. You can look at something like a Tesla, and that could be an area to where you day trade or swing trade or whatever you wanted to do. Can I use Webull in EU? I don't think so. I don't think you can use it in, I don't think you can use it. So, but I think you can actually go online and look at it. You can navigate through it. You can do all of your analysis through it, but I don't believe you can trade. I'm not 100% sure though. 22 million get purchased. You saying that's the volume? If we close over $8, why March 3rd? I don't know what you're talking about. Dude, you got your stream up to 1080p. Glad you got that fixed. Awesome. Yeah, I'm happy about that. Matt, is there anything interesting on the AMC order book? I don't pay for that feature. Well, just to let you know about that feature, if you go up to the top here, and if you invited anybody, right, you can actually get the order book free. So you can get level 2 free. Before I go into the order book for AMC, you can get the level 2 free. So let me bring this up a little bit. So it's kind of like a game, I guess, but you basically can get your, sorry, let's go back. How do we go back? Basically, you can get free subscriptions. So you can get 12 months free or 1 month free by doing this. All you have to do is invite people. You have to do this area down here, whatever you get done. And then you'll be able to get some free, draws. And what it'll do, it will spin. Most likely you will not get Facebook or Google, but you will get probably these 4 multiple times. I have over like 24, maybe I probably have closer to like 30 months of free level 2. So if you wanted level 2 for free, that's definitely a way of doing it. But let's look at the order books. So for AMC, you can see there's a lot of buying power that's coming here. The thing about these order books is you can only see to a certain point. So I'm going to show as high as I can show to. Where does it get to? I'm going to show here. So you can see that you have a lot of orders coming in the tens of thousands, not hundreds of thousands. But the only thing you see is a buy wall at $6.30. That's why we're not pushing below that $6.30 mark. I think we did push below it actually. Yeah, we did push below it. But you do see a lot of $6 or $8.30 come in. For sell orders, you don't really see much. Right now, you're not really going to see too much because you're not going to see a ton of orders come in the pre-market and post-market. You're not going to see that many that affect the overall volume. But in the first couple of minutes, obviously, you're going to see a ton. Hopefully, we can continue to push that up because 400,000 or 400 million shares worth of volume yesterday was absolutely insane. And the fact that the price did not go up really, drew my eyes to it. So yeah, right now, only thing we're seeing, we have basically even order books, even order flow. Maybe a little bit more on the sell side when it comes to $8.30. $8.31, we're seeing 2,000 orders, which we had 6,000, so 4,000 was filled. And here we were seeing 4,000, so about 3,000 was filled at 8.30. So you're going to see a fight at that 8.30 mark. That's what we're seeing in the order books. You do have orders that come in at $8, so people are ready to actually have that price go down. Did I miss a super chat here? I don't know if I did. No, I didn't. I'm waiting for AMC to dip to buy hella more. I understand. I would love for them to dip right where I have when I have my money deposited in here, because then yeah, you'll see me definitely take out a little bit more of a position, especially if we can get down. I wish I would have gotten in at that $4 mark, and that was probably part of the reason why I wanted to sell GME for a little bit, because I didn't believe that GME was going to get up to that level. I knew that they were going to increase. I wanted them to go to $100 by March 1st. That's what I wanted. But I didn't know if they were going to get up to $200. And if I knew that, then that's way more potential to make a ton of money than, just moving to 100. Moving to 100 will only gain me about $2,500 worth of a gain with the GME holdings that I had. But with AMC, I had so much potential from that $4 mark to lower my cost average from $9.38 all the way down to maybe like $7. I don't trade crypto. I would love to get into it. I don't trade crypto. 22 million new shares get purchased on Monday if we close above $8 due to a call option getting filled. Each call equals 100 shares. Gamma is coming. Buy and hold. That sums up exactly what I needed to know. Thank you so much, Space Ape Gorilla Man. I appreciate that more than you know, because I wanted to watch Trade's video, but that sums up a lot, and I need to still watch it because I like his content. I like the way he explains things. It's very fast, yeah, that's what I needed to see. But thank you for explaining that. Basically, it means that we're going to have an influx of a ton of new shares that come in. So we'll see a huge push. We can just hope that they don't partner with a bunch of shorts. So thank you for that. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the explanation there. Had a dry cough yesterday. Corona? No, I'm getting over a certain cold. I haven't had an actual cold in probably over a year, well over a year. Later, Trey is on. Be back later. All right, yeah. I'll check him out later whenever I stop streaming. Hopefully he stays on. That other person saying the options that expire today will trigger the squeeze. How many options will expire today? Got You guys is the only two. What? The only two stocks you here for? I don't know what you're saying here. You're saying we're only here for AMC and GME. AMC and GME are the main movers, right? They're the only thing that creates something different besides, cost. Cost actually moves as well, but you're seeing a ton of negative movement in the rest of the market. Ton of negative movement, which is okay. I mean, you could see something like Churchill Capital, and that definitely has a little bit of movement, but just not enough for me to look at as a day trading opportunity, and not enough to look at it as a swing trading opportunity. It's just everything's being pushed down. Main manipulation. Yeah, we're seeing a ton of manipulation. It's 122 million shares, not 22. All right, that's good to know. I'll look at that, but that's huge if that's the case. Don't get distracted. If GME short position is only 20%, why is GME moving again? If GME short position is only 20%, why would GME short position be 20%? GME short position should be a lot higher than that. You see the short shares available. Let's look at this. The short shares available are 200,000. 200,000 short shares available. That means that everything else, they're holding these short positions. If they're holding these short positions, then that's the reason why the price would go up. The only thing is that I don't know what the actual interest rate is. Let's see if I can bring up Market Watch. Let's see. Short interest. Where? Oh, the short interest. Percentage of float shorted is 30%, 30.22%. What data is that from? And that's of total float, not of total like shorts. Is that right? That's why it's 30% rather than being at like 100% or 80% held short positions. Where's that at? Are you going to the moon with me? It depends where the moon is. If the moon is at $20 or $30, then probably. But like I said, I'm going to set I have my profit targets, and that's where I'll set them. Maybe I'll take all my profits, or I might take a large portion and then leave a large portion in there. But we'll see exactly what the market is doing. If the market looks like it's completely reversing field, then obviously I'll take my profits, wait for it to go down a little bit, and then put more money into it. Not all of it, but put a little bit more money into it, the same amount that I would have put in there. So say it gets up to $20, that'll be $17,000 worth of a gain. Now if it goes up to $30, then obviously that'll be a lot more. But let's say it's at $20. I would take that 17,000 that's of the gain, and I would, depending on what's happening in the market, I could take all of it out, see the reverse field, and then get back in, because I know there's still a bigger squeeze potential at getting at a lower price. But I would only put back in maybe $5,000 and keep $12,000 worth of a gain, so I'm playing with all house money there. That's what I would do. Make sure you guys hit that like button. We have 1,500 people in here. My profit targets are set at $25. I think that's really good. But just remember, if it gets close to there, if you see that it is pulling back aggressively, which I think that if everything went our way and the hedge funds didn't decide to continue to short these positions as time went on to cover and then short and then cover and short, then everything would go our way, and you would see that price increase dramatically. It would drastically increase. So that's, if it went our way, that would be great, and you would see it increase a lot more than $25. But I think that's a good goal. I think $20 to $30 is probably a really good goal, but it does have the potential to push $100, basically just like what GME is doing, because it's a squeeze potential. Or GME will go to 140K. Why would GME go to 140K? What projections are you looking at? That's ridiculous. This isn't Bitcoin. This is GME. I have a target of $16.99, so $17. OG AMC Thrasher here. Good job yesterday. Still a dying cat, in my opinion. Keep it up. Thanks. Don't care if it goes to zero. I'm not selling for the suits. That's a great mindset. I mean, you have to basically put money in there that you're comfortable with losing. If you're not comfortable with losing it, then don't put the money in there. You know what I mean? He's on crack, 140K. Yeah, I mean, 140K is just ridiculous. They're saying that I've seen some projections that AMC can go to $600. If it went to $600, I would have $1 million basically, $1,080,000 if it went to $600. But I probably wouldn't, because if it got up to 100 or 200, I would definitely sell depending on where it's moving to. Like if it's continuing to go up and it doesn't drop past below where I set my stop loss, then yeah, it'll go to the moon. As high as it goes, it'll be fine. Discuss SSR for AMC. SSR is not going to be a factor today, I would say, because if you look at, and I don't mean to be a bearer of bad news, but the SSR is a big deal normally, to where people that want to gain profits on those regular shorts, so the shorts that they're doing now, sorry, let's backtrack here. So if I'm trying to read a super chat as I'm doing that, so let me stop the super chat here so I can read it later. But basically with the SSR, right, it allows a user, so a person that wants to short, let's say we're looking at this, it'll allow a person that's looking to short it on the uptick when they're on the SSR list. But if they're not on the SSR list, they can short it on the downtick. Most times when you are shorting a stock, you want to see indicators that are pushing or pulling to a short position. It's pulling it back. So you want to see these wide range candlesticks. You're not really seeing them here, but you want to see something like right here that's going to indicate that it's pulling it down. You want to see the selling pressure that's pulling it down, and then you can short the position. But when you're on the SSR list, you cannot do that. You can only do it when it's on the uptick, which in this case, the hedge funds do not care if it's on the uptick or downtick, because they're looking to decrease the price no matter what. They're not looking to make money on that initial short right there. They're looking to decrease the price as a whole. So if they bring that price down by shorting on the uptick at a massive scale, they're going to bring that price down, which eventually they will end up making money anyways, right? From that initial short, they'll probably sell either that position or a position that was previously held at a higher interest rate. Then they'll be fine there. So that's basically what they're looking to do, is make money based on this short position, but they don't care about making money there. They care about the overall picture of making money, bringing it down. And if they short on, they have all these upticks here and they ended up shorting at a massive scale here, they can bring it down. That's what they're going to continue to do. They're going to continue to see the prices moving crazy. They're covering whatever they can cover, and then they're going to end up shorting the position again at a obviously lower interest rate. So that's the idea with a short squeeze, gamma squeeze, and beautiful cup and handle form. on the 5-hour chart. It feels like stars are aligning for AMC. Yeah, I can definitely see it. I mean, there's so much evidence that tell me that it's going to skyrocket. Now the problem is that any you know, chart pattern that we need to look at, anything that we see, whether it's a W formation, head and shoulders, cup and T, or cup and handle, whatever it actually is, cup and T. My voice is starting to go, so I'm thinking of tea, I guess. But yeah, you see all of these different patterns. They aren't necessarily following the pattern as a whole. So the indication of different patterns indicates whether it's going to increase or decrease. That's not really actually following. You can see that there's a number of W formations that should increase the price, and theoretically that's what should happen, probably 8 times out of 10, but it doesn't. So I can't really say that I'm following patterns here. I just look at exactly what's happening with all of the movement, the momentum that we do see, and the complete downturn, the complete pullback of all positions. You're telling me that everyone took their positions from $11 and drove the price down to $8. It's not shorts? No, it's shorts. Thank you for the super chat, Vincent Farley. I appreciate that a lot. What do you think about naked short situation? I think that's ridiculous to be able to even have that as a legal thing to do. I think it may be illegal, but allowing them to do something like this, naked shorting, short laddering, like all of these different things that should be like not only frowned upon but also illegal and regulated, they're not. They're allowed to do all this stuff. We're not allowed to do all of it because they control it. My position on it is that it's absolutely ridiculous. It should not be a thing. Just like how they look at us and they go, okay, how can we regulate what they do? They need to regulate what they do. And once I activate the Webull account through your link and deposit the money, how long do I have to wait before I can start buying? You can actually buy right away. I think they have a something in there to where basically you can take the money that you're depositing and it's more of an instant thing, so you can use that money right away. But it's more on like a loan. I don't like doing that. I will never do that. But you also, when it does clear, your money will clear probably somewhere within 3 to 5 days, and then you'll also be fronted margin as well, I believe. Which I don't know if you should actually trade on margin with all the things that happen, but you should basically get it pretty quick. If you wanted to trade right away, you can definitely still do that. But like I said, at that point you'll be trading on like a loan, basically using like instant cash. So the free stocks that you get will take a while to clear. So when your money does clear, you'll get those free stocks right away. But it's going to take a while to clear after they give you the stock. So if they give you ADT or they give you, I don't know, GE, whatever, it's going to take a number of days in order to clear for those free stocks. So you can potentially trade right away, or you can trade basically 3 to 5 business days, or 3 to 5 business days. Keep holding your position. It's worth the wait. Yes, you're right. I think it is. The only issue that I have with them is that that hedge funds, billionaires, banks, everyone that has a ton of money, they are what's the name of your trading app? I'll get into that. They're basically stubborn, so they're gonna see what you're doing here, and they're basically going to say, you know what, I have the money to wait it out. I have the money to pay this interest. I have the money to continue to short. It doesn't matter what you're doing, because we're going to make billions of dollars off of this. And if we're making billions of dollars, it doesn't matter what we're losing in the short term. It matters what we're gaining in the long term, and that's what they're going to do. So, please, your advice on. I'll have to get to that. Give me a second. I just want to address some of these things. So this platform is Webull. If you're interested in this platform, click the link in the description. You sign up, deposit $100, and you'll get free stocks. The free stocks take a while to clear, but you will get those free stocks. I will give you an opinion on one of those two because I don't like to spend a ton of time and miss a ton of chats. So this is a penny stock. I really don't like going into penny stocks, and I talked about this, but you can see that it is on a downward swing, a huge downward swing. From where it increased at, I would say that this is not something that I would look into as an investment. If I'm looking at it from a 10,000 foot view, you see that huge uptick. It does have a number of times to where it does increase, but you're seeing a complete downturn here. This is not a time to where you want to see it as an investment, especially something that low of a price. You want to see it reverse field. You want to see it gain the positivity on the way up. And then once you see that, then you can actually move in. You still have buy order, or you still have a lot of sell orders that are placed at this $3.70 mark, 77-cent mark, which is ridiculous because it's not even close to there. Maybe they're just holding out, but you don't really see the price going up too much anytime soon. I definitely would say that you wait it out until you see a turn like this. I don't think is a turn. You can probably get a good swing or day trade out of it, but if you're looking for a long-term gain, you're looking for something like this that it did show from 50 cents all the way up to $1.39. Yeah, I don't think you're going to see that anytime soon. You got to wait. You got to wait it out. In that case, I predict that the stocks will drop to $40. You're saying GME will drop to $40? I bought GME at 128 yesterday. Yeah, I mean that's low compared to where it was. How many shares did you buy, DD? How many shares did you buy? Because you can still gain a decent profit. I mean, right now it's down to 118. It did go above 130 at one point today, but right now it's sitting at 118. Still up in the pre-market, which is good, but overall it's not showing that it's pushing that 130 mark. So what's your profit target at 128? Are you looking to get out at 200? Like what's that profit target looking like? Do I have money in the air? I don't know what that means. Do I have money that's sitting there? Is that what that means? I bought 5 shares of AMC at 140. Yeah, that's pretty high. This is where I started to get concerned as I was looking at this price increase to basically 200, right? I was seeing that at this point you're really chasing the position. Anybody that really got in at 140 here maybe could have taken a profit up here multiple times, seeing that, and then being able to get back in at these lower prices. But the thing is that I don't think it's retail traders, a ton of retail traders that are bringing this price down. It's the hedge funds, right? The hedge funds are the people that are shorting it, and it's not the retail traders, because retail traders can sell, and that's understandable. I understand where they were going with selling. If they did invest at this $40 mark, that would be amazing to sell at $200. But the problem is that once you get to a certain point, you start chasing it, and I never condone chasing a stock. Whenever I see the lows where it is and I see it push up a crazy amount, that's where I don't want to go in. So I look at where it was at $60, and I was actually interested in that. I was like, should I reinvest money into here before I move my money to Webull? But I said no, and I should have actually made that move, because I could have made all of the money back that I did lose from AMC by investing in it at $60. Now I wouldn't have had like if I did a move up, it would have taken a longer time to gain all that money back, because of the fact that I'm investing less at more of a price, so it would take a while. But yeah, I bought 1 share at $44 of GME. I don't know when to sell. Yeah, one share is tough, because no matter what you're averaging up, Unless it dropped down to 44, you're averaging up. So it's tough to say. But yeah, either way, right now you're profitable. I think it's going to continue to try and hover, maybe at that $100 to $90 mark. I'd be surprised if it breaks 80. Yeah, it's 116 right now. Chewy 42B USD market cap. Chewy is 42 billion US dollars market cap. What should GME be? My guess is 1.5 times the market cap of Chewy by 2024. That's, to tell you the truth, that's not over my head, but since I'm not a long-term investor, that's not something I generally look at. Your guess is as good as mine when it comes to that, because like I said, I'm not a long-term investor. I invest in mutual funds, index funds of the, basically looking at the overall market when it comes to long-term. Short-term, I'm in and out usually in a day. I don't care what the actual business is doing. I really care about, the only time that I really care about what the business is doing at this moment is AMC GME costs, really any area that I'm swing trading right now. But your guess is as good as mine, to tell you the truth. 2,000 shares of GME at $42 is sold at 150. That's amazing. 20,000 shares? Wow. 20,000 shares of GME at $42 sold at 150? That is amazing. That is awesome. You made a killing off of that. 1080p as an option. Congrats. This is this occasion. Oh man, you're funny. I figured out 1080p, guys. I figured out 1080p. Thumbs down, this paper-handed trader. I don't think I'm paper-handed. I'm a trader, just like you said. I'm not an investor. Investor would be to invest in the business long term, understand the growth of the business over the long haul. But yes, I am a trader. This is why Trey is so much cooler than this dope. Am I this dope or this dope? Like, I don't know what you're getting at by that. But yeah, I can say that Trey has more of a swing trading strategy, but he's not a long-term holder either. I'm sure he has his profit targets. I've seen him talk about it multiple times. He has his profit targets, and he's going to hit those. He's more of a swing trader rather than a long-term investor. I can see that in him. So if swing trading is your thing, then definitely go over. I see a lot of his videos, and I can see some of his swing trading suggestions, and I take them. I see them. I can look at them myself and see what he's seeing. So if I try and get any type of swing trade, I'm going to probably go to him. I take him as the expert in more swing trading than anything. I don't see him as a person that just day trades. I see him as a person that holds something, and sees the value of the after hours market more than I do. I'm not a trader. Not traitor. Trader. That's what's wrong with these uneducated people and their negative 20 IQ opinions. Jesus. Negative 20 IQ. That's funny. I swear that the chat is undefeated. I've seen so many great comments that just make me laugh, and I love to laugh. I really do. And I laugh at a lot of things. It's not, I don't just have one type of, like, my sense of humor is all over the place. You can ask my wife. She thinks that a lot of things are not funny that I think that are actually funny. Obviously, like dad jokes. Yeah, I guess you're right. If you guys don't like the stream, then you can definitely leave. That's fine with me. Trey annoys the fuck out of me. A fake laugh thing, not even remotely funny and overhyped voice. Yeah, I mean, everybody has their flaws, right? Or everybody has things that people don't like about them. I do. I know I do. But I definitely appreciate his opinion. You can look past everything else that you really don't like and appreciate his opinion that you can gain some money off of these swing trades that he's talking about. But you obviously have to pick your right spots, and you don't want to take his advice as financial advice. What's a swing trade? Is basically, instead of a trade that's intraday, so like something that I'll see this gain and get out by the end of the day, it's something that you hold on to through the after hours market, and then through the next day, and then maybe through the next after hours market in order to gain a profit. So you see the upward trajectory, you see the movement here. This is what they're looking for with swing trades throughout the long term. Looking for that to increase, and gain a profit through maybe a couple of weeks rather than one day. Day traders will trade intraday, get out the same day, and have a goal to get out the same day, no matter if it's a loss or a gain, so that you don't have that movement that you see in the after hours market. I don't like that movement. I have had a number of times where I've traded Facebook, tried to swing trade Facebook, and it didn't work out for me because Facebook went ridiculous in the after hours market. It dropped significantly, then increased back to where I was. So it was just a roller coaster. So that's why I really don't like to swing trade versus, my option of day trading. Like what I did with Tesla is I bought in them at $636 and then sold at $690 on the same day, literally within like an hour and a half or something, or I think it might have been like 40 minutes. And I was able to make like $320. That's what it's about. It's about getting in and getting out the same day, which it's very tough to do that, because if you don't have 25,000 in your account and you do that every single day, you're going to be labeled as a pattern day trader and your account will be suspended. So it's a difference of having a certain amount in your account versus not. Now, this is where the transition comes into play, because I'm moving money from Fidelity over to Webull. So I'm only going to basically be able to trade maybe 2 or 3 times in and out per week. And that's what I'm looking to do. But yeah, that's the difference between swing trading and day trading. Long-term investing is anything over a year. Most people will do that. And they say that most people gain profits out of doing that. You have the YOLO and squeeze to the moon mentality. You're what? We'll get tons more views and make more ad money. Forget your trades. Build your audience. I guess maybe you're right. I just don't want to build this channel based on just the squeeze. Obviously, I have different people that came into my channel before I started talking about this and getting any type of hype over this, which I do love the streams. I love being able to communicate with a lot of people, seeing these comments here. I try to respond to as many comments as possible. And obviously I can see other people that do not do that, but I try and respond to every comment that I can, especially super chats. I will respond to all of those. Why not leave your job and trade full time? I love what I do with my job. Yes, it does suck that I have to stop streaming and continue to trade, but I love what I do. And if it gets to a point to where I'm making, millions of dollars, like I decide to change my strategy from gaining $100 or $200 a day to $1,000 or $8,000 or $10,000 a day, then yes, that comes into play, and I'll have that conversation with them. But I love what I do. I love all of the different things, like the insurance, which I could get through my wife because she works for the same place. I love all of the things that I do there, and it's something that I can go to, and I'm able to have these meetings and talk about things that are in my field of where my degrees actually are. My degrees are in business and finance, and I understand this a lot, but this is not something that I learned to do throughout college. Throughout college, I pretty much learned what I'm doing for my job rather than trading or making YouTube videos, which I'm happy that I'm making YouTube videos, making money from YouTube, dividends, trading every single day. I feel like it needs to be a consistent $2,000, $3,000 for me to even consider making that decision. You stream what you like, the rest will follow. We just like the channel. That's what I'm hoping to build. And the cats. Yeah, I don't know where they are right now. Oh, one's sleeping. The other one's sleeping on the couch. Yeah. Is your trading based on a model? I have a method which is called the pullback method. So a lot of times what I will see is things like this. So this obviously has to happen over a day. So you're going to see what you're looking at here. Just pretend that this is a day. It's not over the after hours market or anything. So what I will do with this is I'll see it pull away from this 15 moving average. Most times I'll use a 20 moving average. The blue line is a 20 moving average. I'll usually use a 20. And what I'll look for is this to pull away from that 20 moving average. When it does pull away from the 20 moving average, there's multiple levels that it can come back as soon as it is being overbought. Now you do need to see some sort of pullback, some sort of move, and that's what I'll wait for. As you start to wait here, you're looking at it still overbought, 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 and I'm looking for these larger candlesticks. Most times within a minute, you'll see the larger candlesticks. It may go up a little bit, but you do need to see one red candlestick, one large red candlestick, and then probably another one. And then what I'm looking for is to take a short position there, bring it back to earth, maybe by $1 or $2. And if it does come back by $1 or $2, I'll gain $100 because I bought 100 shares. If I buy 1,000 shares, I may have gained $1,000. But I'm looking to gain $1,000 and have a loss target of losing $200, or I'm looking to gain $100 with a loss of $20. So that's basically what my method is. There's more to it, and I can add on to it as I start to trade a little bit more, but that's the easiest. I can look at that and gain $100 a day easy, while people are out there trying to really see what the overall picture is of the position. Look at the news and how it affects it. I don't really think the news affects it in a huge way, but that's just my opinion. When you decide to buy a stock, how do you determine how much quantity you buy? So a lot of times I'll pick a stock based on what, a portion of it will be based on what the price is. So I'm looking for something that I can obviously buy into at a larger scale to where I can gain $100 to $200 a day, depending what that is. Now, again, if I wanted to gain $1,000, it obviously has to be a lower price stock, but most times I'm factoring that in. So something that's $100, I'll look to buy 100 shares. And it depends what the movement is. So if I can see that stock, let's say it's this position, or it's Tesla or whatever, it's this position, I can see that within a day, it moves a total of, I don't know, $50, $60. If it moves $50 or $60, then I have so much room in order to gain that $1. I only want to gain $1 out of that $60 movement that it normally moves. And most cases, I'm looking at a stock that has an average move of at least $10 so that I can gain $1 or $2. And basically that makes it the easiest way possible. I try and make it as simple to understand as the normal, I try to make it simple to understand as basically a job, going there and making money for working per hour. I want it to be a certain quantity and make it move $1. Now the certain quantity is multiplied by that dollar. So now I'm gaining $100. It's that simple. Can you do a short video of that for beginners? Yeah, I definitely can do that. I did do a pullback method video, but I didn't go through an actual example of one that I did. I did talk about what I did with Tesla in detail, but I think I should break it down to show you exactly what you should see by the minute. And hopefully that'll give you an understanding of how you can easily make $100 or $200 a day, as long as you stick by your profit and loss targets. The thing is, sometimes it will not go your way. It would be great to get 1,000 likes. Yes, we have 1,491 people in here. Could you please hit that like button? It would be great for it to always go your way, but it doesn't. Everybody lose trades. I lose trades. It just depends how disciplined you are with those losses. So for me, when I see that I'm looking to gain a dollar, if it goes the opposite way by 20 cents, then obviously I'm going to get stopped out of my position. A firm stop. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Oh, well, what if it comes back? It doesn't matter if it comes back. What matters is you made a bad decision in that point. So take the loss, accept the loss, move on. You know, that's what it's all about. So now you can look for something the same day and do that to try and gain $100 out of it, because out of 5 chances in that day, if you're right one time, you're profitable by $20 out of 5 chances. So that's what makes it easy to understand. So I try and do a 5-to-1 loss win to lose ratio. So there's a lot that goes into it, but it's very simple. I don't use a ton of indicators like I see a bunch of people do. I'm not looking for it to pull all the way back to the 200 EMA. I'm looking for it to only get maybe halfway there, move $1, move a certain amount. So yeah, I watch this channel every morning, Monday through Friday. I appreciate that. Investing for fun. I appreciate that a lot. You know, what's your investing plan? I see your name of your channel is Investing for Fun. Do you like to invest like long term? Yeah, definitely hit the like button, everybody. We have 1,400 people in here. If you could hit that like button, that would be phenomenal. I will love you guys forever. Can I explain how shares work? So basically, a company will offer a certain amount of shares. So you subbed, thank you, I appreciate that a lot, Rob Men. Yeah, so basically, where was that? Can you explain how shares work? So basically, a company will offer a certain amount of shares, and they offer different types of shares. But common shares, you're going to be able to invest in these shares, and they offer those shares. Let's say if the company initially goes public, it's going to have an IPO. Most times, you don't want to invest in the IPO because a lot of times it does decrease more than increase, which is what happens with the overall stock market, anyways. But they're going to offer these shares which you can buy into. I really don't know how to. I can make a video on it and break it down in a lot of detail, going over the different types of shares, what the company gets, what retail investors would get. It's different across the board. It's never the same with every company. Guy looks like a model. I wish I looked like a model. I don't think I look like a model. I like the stock. What's your opinion? Will the market continue to drop? It does look like the market is going to continue to drop, and I'm not sure as to why the overall market is dropping. It looks like it may just be institutions that are moving money back and forth, pulling money out, trying to simulate a crash. But obviously, people are invested for the long haul. The retail trader is invested in a lot of positions and are holding onto these positions no matter, or actually they're doubling down a lot of times. So a lot of the institutions that are holding a ton of positions have to be pulling money out, putting money into different places to kind of simulate a crash or get people scared of a crash, bring this market back to normal, because they don't believe that it is normal, especially something like Tesla. You know how many times they've shorted Tesla and say that their stock price is overvalued? They shouldn't be at $800. They shouldn't be at $700. Yeah, their stock price is really high, but it matters what the people are doing. People are pushing the stock price up. What do you think about an idea of putting $1,000 into a monthly dividend stock and then reinvesting the dividend each month to letting it grow over a 10-year term? What growth could be seen? You could actually see a lot of growth with dividend stocks. The problem is that you don't put it into one dividend stock. you need to put it into multiple, because what a lot of the stocks will do is they actually adjust their dividend, or get rid of a dividend. If they do that, then your whole entire model is gone. You know what I mean? Something like an AMC, which did pay a dividend, is now not paying a dividend, right? So if they're not paying that dividend for you, and you've had it for a long period of time, now the only thing you can gain out of that position is the growth of the stock. You can't gain any more money from the dividend. You can only gain from the growth of the stock. It can give you a lot of money. A lot of people love to invest in dividend positions. I love to invest in dividend positions, but you have to diversify things and put a large amount in order to gain thousands of dollars a month. Because yes, it's great to gain those dividends quarterly, because most of them will come quarterly. But if you can invest in some like Realty Income, like SPHD, like LTC Properties, like those, or any other monthly paying dividend position, then you'll get those dividends every single month that get reinvested into those same positions or into your account, to where you can invest them into a different area. So yes, you can gain a ton of money by doing that, investing $1,000 monthly into a dividend stock. Yeah, you can gain a lot. The return will be minimal right from the start, because obviously $1,000 is not going to give you a ton of dividends. $12,000 might give you a good amount, maybe, depending on how high the average dividend is. You might get like $100 or so. Then you basically double that the next year of $24,000. Hopefully you can start to invest a little bit more into these dividend positions, and hopefully those dividends start to compound really. So let's say you have about $25,000 or so. That will be a good starting point in order to continue to gain dividends and put that money back into those positions. The problem is that you are going to pay some taxes on those gains of the dividends. Anything that's unrealized, you won't have to pay anything on, but the dividends are realized, then gets reinvested. So you're going to have to pay something on those. So as much as you gain, if you have $1 million in there and you end up gaining dividends off of that, that's where you're going to see a ton of income come through the door, and that's good. So all of my dividend positions, and my brother's dividend positions, are in Roth IRA, and we can continue to gain something there and reinvest the money. All of those gains are not taxed yet, unless they're pulled out early. So yeah, I think there's definitely potential there. We have about an hour until the market opens. Let's see what AMC and GME is doing. GME is up 12%. It was up 16 or 18% at the highest point. Let's look at the day. But it's not moving crazy. It is at $122, which is definitely better than where it closed at $108. AMC is down almost 1% at $8.22. Let's see if we can see some more positivity. They obviously don't want us to close above $8, because then you have that gamma squeeze potential. Yes, this is not financial advice, by the way. If you could hit 1,000 likes, that would be amazing. If you haven't hit that like button, please do so. Heard the market is dropping because no one is buying bonds. Why would that make sense? Will AMC go up or down? Today, it's looking like they're trying to really push that down. And if you're right about this gamma squeeze and we don't close above $8, then that's the reason why. They don't want us to gain anything. Where's the gamma squeeze potential for GME? I don't know about that. You would have to look into some of the options, which, again, I don't know anything about options. Do not take any options advice from me until I actually get, until I actually understand the area. AMC is going down. You can see it's at 2% now of a decrease. So I think it may go down. They don't want us to get to that gamma squeeze potential. If we get to anything that's going to drive the price up, then obviously they're not going to get us to that moment. But we as retail investors, if we can try and push this price up with the amount of volume, then we should be good. Hopefully we can see the same volume that we seen yesterday, but on the positive side. If we can, sky's the limit, man. Sky's the limit. Stimulus will make bond interest go up. What do you think about a naked short selling scam? Can they actually be stopped? It's one, I don't know if they're truly doing all of these naked shorts. I mean, it obviously looks like it. It looks like they're doing short laddering, naked shorts, everything possible in order to drop this price down. But what are my thoughts of it is that it's illegal. It shouldn't be a thing. It should be, you know, you should be looking at this. You should be, I can't think of the word. Why can't I think of the word? Regulating. You should be regulating this. The fact that they're not doing that means that they cater to the billionaires. They cater to these hedge funds. And if they end up failing, which they ultimately will because they make bad decisions based on greed, they're going to end up getting bailed out anyways. So my opinion of it is that it's ridiculous. Do you have to have $25,000 in cash? $25,000 cash in my account or $25,000 overall with the stocks I'm in the day trade. 25,000 overall. So if you're in certain positions, if you're in certain positions and you have $25,000 overall in your account, then yes, you can day trade with a portion of that. The problem is that you still do have to wait for it to clear. Are my video volumes always so low? Call you whispers. It sounds a lot louder because I have speakers here. I forgot to actually increase it. I was moving so fast yesterday to get it posted. I forgot to increase it. I have it low here so that it doesn't pick up all the extra noise, like, you know, kids playing upstairs and stomping and all that other stuff. But the overall volume needs to be increased every time. It needs to be increased by the gain. I usually do it by like 3 or 4, maybe 5. I'm sorry that the volume is low. Hopefully you could still hear it. It usually sounds okay to me, but then again, I'm on a loud speaker here. I have a bunch of speakers, so it sounds a lot different to me than it would sound to you. Sometimes too loud. Yeah, I'll get that fixed. I have to remember to do that. It's plenty loud. Your volume is fine. Not the volume here, the volume of my videos. The volume here is great. It is loud. Sounds perfect. There's some stocks over 100% shorted, but no options available. Banks act like they can make their own shorts, like Michael Burry did in 2008. Yeah, I guess maybe that's right. But it's absolutely ridiculous that they would even decide to do this. But yeah, I think that, yeah, the stock price of GME shouldn't stay at $500. That's not where it should be valued. And yes, eventually it should be shorted, but what their position was to short it was to short it to bankruptcy. And if they actually went through with that without us, you know, buying into it, without other institutions as well buying into it, other funds buying into it, then we would not see this massive increase. We would have seen them bankrupt, a large, you know, gaming business bankrupt. Oh goodness. But yeah, I mean, looking at this overall situation, the point of their shorts were to bankrupt this company, and the fact that they didn't, they're salty, and they obviously want to hold on as long as they're not losing a crazy amount of money to interest. They're going to hold on and keep holding on. And I don't know how we drive up the interest, the short interest. Can anybody explain that to me? Because I don't know how we would drive up the short interest in order to squeeze them out of their positions, because that's the missing piece. You know? Yeah. So there's a difference between short interest and short volume. The short volume is massive, right? If you know that we only have a certain amount of shorts available and that they continue to short and cover and short and cover at lower interest rates, how do we physically get them to squeeze out of the position? We need the interest to be high so that retail traders can squeeze them out of their position. GME is going down. It's at 121. AMC's at $8.19. It's my birthday, and all I want for my birthday is a nice big box of tendies with the Gamma Squeeze. 27 shares at $7.65 average. Thoughts? That's an amazing average. I would love to be down there. At the amount of shares that I have, one, it would be way more shares because I would have bought in at a lower price target. And if I knew that this was going to happen, that they were going to basically short this, and it wasn't the actual people that were doing this, I could have sold at 11, gained like $2,000, put a lot more money in at $8 or in at $7, right? $7.44. And then I would have had a, for lack of a better term, shit ton more, shares, right? At $7.44, putting about $17,000 in there, yeah, I would have had a ton more shares. Over 2,000, because 2,000 shares at $7.44, or if I'm doing quick math, 2,000 shares at $7 is $14,000. So then I have an extra, $3,000 or $4,000 or however much in order to invest into there, or I can take it out and not worry about using that extra money there or putting that money into Webull. So that would have been the best bet. The only thing I didn't want to do is obviously upset people saying, I sold AMC. I didn't want to have to do that because people were so upset that I sold GME, and I could see why. I mean, I sold at a low point. Pre-market trading doesn't show on Webull. If you Live, if you go down here to the bottom, hopefully you could see this. If you go down here to the bottom, you have extended hours. You have to select that. If you select it, you're bringing extended hours on. If you deselect it, you're taking it off. So all you have to do is select that and you'll be fine. If they got the Webull links, it's the same crew. I don't know what that means. I closed out some of my other stocks to pour into AMC when it was low to average down. That's kind of what I was looking to do, but if I did that, I'm basically throwing all of my eggs in one basket. And I understand I have a lot more money to throw into the stock market, but the money that I have in there, I wouldn't like it to quickly drop by 50%, I would have loved to invest at the lowest of lows of like $4, but obviously I was waiting for it to push up to $9 for it to come back. But after I sold GME, it got a lot of flack for that. We almost have 1,000 likes. Please hit that like button. Yeah, I understand why you sold. It's only human. Yeah, that's great to know. I know that I made a mistake. The overall thought was with logic, though. It wasn't I sold because I was scared. I'm not afraid of losing any money here. I can put more money in the stock market. It's not a problem. it's the point to where I thought I can gain more money quicker if I decided to deposit more money. Then it would have taken a longer time in order to get cleared. But since I sold, I can easily make money literally the same day. So it's a different animal, but the problem is that it grew very quick, and I thought it would be a slow grower. So that's just my bad, and I admit that that's my bad. Nobody predicted that it would increase that much. When a company adds more shares like they did in the social media network movie, how and why do they do this? How and why do they add more shares? In order to add on more investors. So a lot of times what they'll do is they'll add on more shares to the company. A publicly traded company is basically based on the amount of shares that you own. If you own, basically, let's say if you own half the shares that are there, you own 50% of the company. With that case in the social network, which I've seen multiple times, I love that movie so much. They're set up to where you can dilute other shares by adding on, or dilute other investors by adding on new shares. If you add on, let's say you have 1 million shares and somebody owns 50% of that 1 million shares, and then you add on another investor by adding on shares, adding on another 1 million shares, now your shares are, or your percentage of ownership for the business is now down to 25% of the overall business. So that's why they end up doing that. So sometimes your shares aren't diluted and you're given the 50% that you were at, but some people have to be diluted to add on other investors. Usually, typically in a contract, you would sign it and say, and that's where it came from, to where I can't remember his name. He signed it, and at like I think it was like 10% or like 20%, and his share was diluted to 0.001% or something. Which he still has a crazy amount of shares, but he lost out on a ton of money by diluting his position versus everybody else. So that's an amazing movie. I love that movie so much. But it was a bad play. I'm telling you, hedgers use people to spread messages on boards like Reddit, Twitter, especially YouTube chats. You think people are spreading messages here? What messages are they spreading? How much did you sell GME for? So I had 100 shares. I bought in GME at $76 and sold them at 46. I believe it was like a $3,000 loss. With the thought that I was going to be able to gain way more than $3,000 in the next 2 weeks. The problem is that I didn't, because I saw exactly what did happen. One, it hasn't even been 2 weeks. Two, I didn't expect GME to push this much. Now, I expected them to move $100, but I wasn't going to, I didn't think I was going to gain a crazy amount of money. The thought that I was going to gain was that in March, by March 1st, it would move to $100, which means I would gain about $3,000 worth of value. And I thought that I can gain a lot more than $3,000 using the money that was there. However, the stock price moved very fast, way faster than what I thought it was going to be. So I made a bad decision there. Sup, Perry? How are we doing today? We're doing pretty good. Thank you for the super chat. I'm doing really well. Still have a little bit of a cough. We're still under 1,000 likes, but I'm doing fine. I'm ready to get things rolling. Hopefully we can see some positivity today. I need to work out. I'm trying to build a garage gym, and it's obviously cold in the garage, so we need to figure out that whole situation. Investing for fun. You made 100% profit though. Can't be upset with that. where's I bought 1,000 shares of SNDL at $1.25 and sold at $2.50 before it reached $4 paper handed. No. If you have a profit target, you take your profit target. We reached 1,000 likes. Thank you so much. If you have a profit target, then definitely take your profit, because it's very tough to sell at the absolute high. And selling at the absolute high doesn't mean anything. The only thing that I would say that you probably did wrong is maybe you set a stop loss or a trailing stop, set a hard stop loss at 100% gain, right? So that you can basically make a ton of money there, right? But if you look at the overall what you could have gained, yes, you obviously made a bad decision there, but you still had your profit target in place. The thing that you do next time is set that stop loss, that firm stop loss, so that it goes up, you gain whatever money it gains, and then maybe you set a limit order on top of that, saying that this is where I want to accept it at. I want a stop loss at 250, but I want a limit order of $3. So it gains an extra 50 cents. I'll take that any day. So that's what you need to look for there. It's tough to try and get at the absolute high. I could tell you with Tesla, when I was trading them, I could have gained $600, but I ended up pulling back down to $300. I also could have accepted a profit of only $100 or $200. But the thing that I did is I set a stop loss at my $100 gain. Then I set a stop loss at the $200 gain. Then I set a stop loss at the $300 gain. And I understand the trailing stop loss and how it works. It doesn't always work for me, but I usually just set a stop loss, a firm stop loss, and then readjust it as I go along. And if I wouldn't have done that, I would have only gained $100, but I gained $300. But I also didn't gain $600. So either way, I gained something out of the deal, and I had my profit targets, which did increase throughout the day. So it's great to see that you did make a profit on it. Next time, just add the stop loss. If you get stopped out at where you are, then you're making money. If it goes up, then you can continue to make money as well. And wherever you feel like accepting a market order, then accept the market order. Matt, you should stop explaining yourself to these people. You don't owe them an explanation. Yeah, I mean, I just like to talk to people, and if people wonder why, I always like to give that explanation, just because obviously I want to be as transparent as possible. Did you buy back? No, I didn't buy back. I was going to buy back in at $60 for GME, and then I decided to move the money to Webull instead of buying back in, because I didn't know that it was going to push up that much. And I kept going back and forth saying that this is just something that we've seen before. This is just a massive push up. I'm seeing the volume, but this is just a push here, and it's gonna come back down to earth. It's not gonna go to $100 yet. It's not gonna go to $200 definitely, and it did do that. So I made a bad decision as I was looking at it increase, and you could see when I went live exactly when it hit $60. When I went live, I was talking about this, how it is increasing, how it's making moves, and probably 10 minutes before that, no, not 10 minutes, maybe a couple of minutes before that, I actually already took the initiative of moving my money. So yeah, can you take a look? I appreciate you elaborating on that. Yeah, I mean, I try to be as transparent as possible. Sometimes people make bad decisions, but as long as you can profit overall from it, you're fine. Like I said, I'm not a swing trading specialist. I'm more of a day trader at heart. I can't say that I'm the best day trader. I have a simple method of day trading where other people have more complex methods. Want to watch Perry pork my wife? Come on, let's. It's sort of funny, but let's not do that. Thank you for what you do, taking the time for YouTube videos. Yeah, I mean, I love doing it. I'm just glad that my job allows me to, split the time where I work. What age did I start investing? How old are you now? I'm going to be 30 next month on the 18th. I started investing in when I was 22, and now I'm going to be 30. So 8 years I've been investing, but I started trading. Let's say it was more like what year is it? 2021. So maybe more like 4 years ago I started trading. That's where I started to gain this simple method of gaining money per week, and then started to move that per day. Understood what the pattern day trading rule is. But yeah, are you down? Are you down your money right now? Yeah, I believe I'm down on AMC. I'm down by like $2,000. Yeah, I'm $1,700. I'm down with AMC plus whatever I'm down uh, on Webull. The Webull I'm down $174. So probably like close to $2,000. But overall, I'm down about 4,000 because I did sell GME at a loss, but I did gain about $1,000. So averaged out for GME around $2,000, and then I'm also down $2,000, so $4,000 as a whole. This one increases. I'm hoping to get a profit target of $15 to $20. I can gain $10,000 at around $15. It'll be a little bit less because it's only 1,700 shares, but I can also gain about $17,000 if it goes to 20, or if it goes more than that, then obviously I gain a lot more. But I don't swing trade often. I will show some swing trades as I start to catch any type of interest in them, but I don't swing trade often. I would say that trades. If you look at his channel, he definitely does a better job swing trading. And I take some of his advice swing trading, I'll tell you that. Do you like AMC or GME more? Right now you can see the movement more in GME. The problem is that their price is high, and I've said this multiple times. I would have loved to, for right now, you can see the movement here. It's a great day trading opportunity. Something that's moving like this, that's moving up and down. You can see it at 117 up to 130, from 130 down to 115. Great day trading opportunity. All of that movement there. I know you're not going to be able to short at this point, but if you can move up and go from 115 to 124, that's a great day trading opportunity. It's a lower price stock. It's not anything that's up at the Tesla level. So you can basically invest, let's say if it's at $100, you can invest in 100 shares, or as many shares as you want, or 1,000 shares or whatever, and gain quite a bit of money from it just by moving up a little bit from these simple pushes. So I like GME as a day trading opportunity. AMC is definitely going to be more long term. Hopefully we can see that gamma squeeze Monday. So to explain swing trading again, swing trading is basically trading over multiple days. So it's not anything that's considered long term by any means. You can go over multiple days or multiple months, but you're trading within that year. So most people will go like weeks with trading certain things. They'll see the pushes in certain positions and they'll trade. So if you look at, let's say, 5 days, they're going to look at this as a swing trading opportunity from $6 of where AMC is to push it all the way up to $11, end up selling at a certain point, and then taking their profits. That's going to be a swing trade for them over multiple days, seeing the increase over multiple days, taking the after hours market into account and being able to trade there. For day trading is literally intraday. Most people will buy and sell in the same time period. It'll probably be within, for day trading, a lot of people do it with like penny stocks, and they can do it at a high amount of shares. So let's say 10,000, 20,000, 40,000 shares at $1. And they'll obviously invest a ton of money into one position in order to gain a lot in return. If it moves $1, then they're gaining an extra $50,000 because they have 50,000 shares. So that's what they're looking to do. It obviously sounds enticing to do it at a lower price target, but I try and do it at whatever makes sense to gain me the simplest money every single day. not anything I'm looking to grow 100%. It's going to plunge today. You think AMC and GME are going to plunge today? They both look, you can see AMC is up right now. It's fluctuating back and forth. It was down 2%. Now it's even. But you see GME that's actually up 12%. It was up like 18% at one point. And you could see a push towards the end of the day. It is, we do have 24 minutes until the market opens. Do you think GME will go up again today? It's tough to say. It depends what the hedge funds are going to do. Let's see where the amount of shorted shares are. So let's refresh this and see what the amount of shorted shares are. 300,000 shorted shares. So they have a lot of opportunity in order to short this. Even though you do have, I don't think GME is not on the SSR list, but AMC is. So they do have the availability to short, and they will continue to short it. So it may be to a point to where it goes down, but it really all depends what they do, right? So I would say that they are going to short it, but is it going to be enough for the volume that we have? Because I think we're going to have strong volume where people still are looking to push this up. So we may have a lot of volume. It may eclipse the amount of short selling that they can do. So we have to just wait and see. That's the best advice that I could give you, even though it's not financial advice. How fast do prices drop after a short squeeze? If it's over a couple of days or drops hard the same day? It may take like a day or two. I believe a short squeeze will last like an average of like 2 days, I think. So you'll see it at its highest point for a little bit. The thing that we did see for a while with GME is that it did push up in the after hours market, where we've seen a lot of volume for what the after hours market brings, and it pushed the price up drastically, right? So it's only going to last a couple of days, and then you're going to see the price like drop sharply, but it should end higher than where it was pre-squeeze. So pre this squeeze, it should end up higher than where it was, hovering around that $30 mark, and then slowly decreasing from there, but it should stay around that $30 mark, I believe. If you look at history, that's what happened. I'm learning so. Hey Matthew, I love your streams. I'm learning so much. Thank you. Also, you stick to your plan and don't promise easy money with AMC and GME. Mad respect. That's what I'm looking to give all the people that support the fact that you're going to gain a ton of money at a get rich quick scheme. Like, that's not what it's all about. Obviously, we care about the movement. We care about supporting these businesses and don't want them to be bankrupt, because I don't want them to end up like Toys R Us. Well, Toys R Us is back. I don't know what they're doing now because of the pandemic, but yeah, that's what I want to show. Like, I want to talk about people finding ways to stick to their targets, and the fact that they can still lose money. It's not about just gaining money here. It's about limiting the losses. Every single person loses money in the stock market. And if you have a day trader out there, or a swing trader, or investor that says, I don't lose any money, they're lying to you, and they probably don't actually trade. Like, you need to follow people that do say that they lose money, tell you how much they lose, find a way to limit the losses, and obviously expand the gains, right? So what's the best day trading apps? You probably want something that's going to give you a lot of information. I know Webull is a really good app here. You can see all of the different things that you can get, and everything updates as you click on one stock. So if you click on AMC, everything updates. All of the volume information, everything that you're looking at does update as you click on AMC. So you need something like that. Fidelity also has a great platform. I've gotten used to using Webull a little bit more. It just feels a lot smoother. You can scroll in, scroll out. You can navigate through things. You can add different indicators very easily. Draw on it, something you could not do with Webull, or sorry, you could not do with Fidelity. But yeah, I think, let me click this. But yeah, I think that Webull's a great platform. Fidelity's a great platform. Ally Bank actually has a simple to use platform as well. If you wanted to check them out, I used them for a while. I just thought it was a little bit too simple for me, but it is a simple platform that you can actually navigate through. The only thing is that you can't really draw on it from what I've seen. I wouldn't say that Robinhood is a great day trading app. It's more of like I consider Robinhood more of a dividend app. Hey man, when should I buy AMC? If AMC continues to drop, it definitely shows that it's a buying opportunity. I said in the past that anything below $10 was great because the potential is so much higher. As long as we can continue to, push up this price, as long as we can continue to have the volume, we're going to see this price increase, a crazy amount. Will it fully squeeze? I don't know, because with the hedge funds having less interest to pay, like if they don't have to pay any interest, it makes it easier for them to let me see this. Yeah, if they don't have any interest to pay, it makes it very easy for them to just hold on to it. So that's where it ends up being difficult. If they can hold for a long time, we know that hedge funds, billionaires, banks are very stubborn, and if they're stubborn, they're going to hold on to it for a long time until they're right. And retail traders sometimes can't hold on to it for a long period of time. Some people use this money that they would pay bills with, and I don't ever recommend that, but some people did do it, and they may have to get out of their positions because of the fact that they're holding on to it for too long. So I think it'll take its time to fully squeeze, but they may slowly push people out as they start to cover their shorts, increase the price, and then reshort until they're right. Because losing out on millions of dollars is not bad at all, especially when you're gaining billions, right? So, or hundreds of millions. So it's not bad for them to continue to hold if they're not gaining or if they're not losing interest. So that's where we need to understand how that interest expense can increase. If it can, then we'll see the squeeze a lot sooner. Where do you find the stocks you invest in at that swing $10 to $20 for your pullback method? So what I typically do is I'll go on to, I don't find any apps that give me the information that I need. So what I'll do is I'll use a screener from either Fidelity, or hopefully I can use Webull in the future. And I'll look for different prices that move, a crazy amount, whether it's down a lot over the last couple of days, down a lot over the last week or whatever. I'll get those positions. Something that's relatively higher in price, something that may be like $50 to $100, maybe even $200, because typically those will move like $10 to $20, sometimes $30 or whatever, in a day, high to low, not just open to close, high to low, because where it's high to low, you have that full potential of where it could get to. So that's what I'm looking for. Then I'll look at the chart to see how much it does move. If it's like strictly downhill, I don't want to go into that. If it's strictly uphill, I don't want to go into that. I want to look at something that's very volatile. So I'll do a little bit of research on those different stocks that I look at, find one that does move a lot, that is volatile. Then I'll go into Google. I forget what it is. I think it's Yahoo Finance that shows me one of those. But I'll get the download of the high and low prices for like the last 30 days or 90 days or 100 days. And I'll build something in Excel that shows me the average. And I can show you that. But I'll build something in Excel that will show me the average move of that day. And basically just doing a simple formula saying the high minus the low, how far is the movement? And if it's an average of $10 or higher, then I'll invest into that. I'll find a position during that day and trade it. And that's what will be on my watch list. Now, it's not 100% confirmed that it will it will be something that I trade during that day, because it might go down. It might solely go down or solely go up. So that's what I typically do there. It makes it very easy for me to figure that out. It is a little bit more work on the research side, but you do end up getting a lot after you can look at these positions. So something like Tesla, I will keep an eye out on to see what they're doing. If they can pull down to this price and have the potential to go up, then that's what I'll see. So if it goes really low, something like a Tesla, it goes down to $600 or $655, I know that it's going to pull back up. And that's just based on the history of Tesla. So seeing it's at $650, $660, I know that it's going to pull back up to $700. So I'll find the candlesticks to say when it's going to pull back, and then invest in there. So yeah, I can invest right here, and then somewhere, or I can invest probably at the second green candlestick, and then see it, push up. And what I'm looking to do is anything that goes below, let's say 20 cents or $2, if I'm looking to gain $10, then I'll get stopped out. But anything that goes above, hopefully you can see a massive push, then you're gonna see, that gain, and then you just add your stop losses as you go up. So that's basically my method. That's how I find it. In your store, you recommend a book, How to Day Trade for a Living. Is the audiobook good enough to understand without the visuals? Yes, that's the first place that I love reading the book, right? Because I have it, but I would say the audiobook definitely puts another level to it, because you can go back, rewind easily, and get it explained to you while you're running on the treadmill or riding a bike or whatever. I definitely like the audiobook, because even if you wanted to read the physical book and then get to a point to where you're driving in the car or doing something active or whatever, you can go to that same chapter or go to wherever you're at and start it from there. You can also listen to it in 2 times if you feel like you can listen to that. I usually listen to it, I think, at 1.25 speed, and end up getting through it a little bit faster. And if I ended up missing something, I can always go back, listen to it again. I feel like audiobooks are great. I still have it as an audiobook and a physical book, just if somebody wants to read it. I've lent it to a couple of people and they loved it, but obviously I wanted it back, because it's something that I like to go into multiple times. If I ever forget something or forget my overall thoughts behind it, what they speak on, then yeah, I'm gonna go back into it. But yeah, I recommend the audiobook. It's definitely something that you can actually listen to, and then go online and look at their website and get all of that information. But yeah, that's definitely a great book. I love it so much. It teaches you all the basics that you need to know, and really breaks down different indicators, breaks down different candlesticks. I love that book. And the second book really goes through the same level of basics and then adds another layer to it. What book are you guys talking about? It's in my description. You're going to see a store. I recommend a book called How to Day Trade for a Living by Andrew Aziz, and it's a great book. I love that book so much. It breaks it down in a very simple way to understand. Instead of throwing a bunch of indicators at you, a bunch of things at you, they break down things as you go. It's a very good book. Let's see, we have 11 minutes until the market opens. GME is still up 11%. AMC is down 1% basically. Hopefully we can see that push. We did see a push up to $8.58. I'm hoping we can finish today at $8 so we can see that gamma squeeze. But remember, don't we still have to go through the pre-market as well? What book? In my description, How to Day Trade for a Living, great book. If you go to my store, I recommend a book. What is CTRM doing? CTRM looks like it grew 1% today. It looks like it's on a tear right now. It's definitely pushing up, but with any massive increase, you're going to see a decrease. If I looked at CTRM, I drew my trend line before. It looks like it surpassed that trend line based on what the market is doing. Probably not based on what the original movement was going to be, because you could see when I was looking at CTRM, you could see this trend line, and as it started to come up, it looked like it was going to follow that trend line. But based on what the market is doing, where you had these negative days, that's where you're seeing the market take a toll on this position. I don't think this is really driven by anything. I think ultimately this was driven by something, driven by a lot, but I do see it coming back in line with the trend. It's just going to take a while to actually get there, especially with the market kind of collapsing on us. Matthew is in the Yang Gang. Yeah. Yes. I still have my math pin somewhere. It might be on one of my suit jackets. Of course, I'm into UBI. That'll help out the country in such a big way. What's the best time to get into GME? Right now it's tough because it's kind of at the halfway point to where I thought the ultimate price would be. I thought it would get to $200. I didn't know that they were still shorting a ton of shares, so it might have the chance to skyrocket again. But I think it's kind of like that fear of missing out right now, and it's very tough to say that you should get in with this level of movement. I'm not 100% sure where you could get in. Right now it's down to 118. I would say if you could get below $100, obviously that's a good thing. But yeah, it's very tough to say. I would wait it out. If it's me, and which it is me, I can say that I technically have the potential to invest into GME again, with the thought that it is going to go up short term rather than long term. I would say that it would be very tough for me to invest, me to make the decision to invest in this right now. I would look for it to push a lot lower. Yes, I'm still in AMC. I still have 1,700 shares. Imagine investing 12K a year from UBI. Yeah, I mean, that's the idea. So many people are not ready for retirement. I don't know how many people will actually do this, because a lot of people will use it as a way of getting the boot off their throat. So can you explain UBI and how the government would really be able to do it? So basically the way UBI would work, and I know this is going off topic here, and Brian, I'll get to your super chat in a little bit. I like to address the super chats. But the way that UBI really works, basically you'll give people $1,000 a month. The government will give you $1,000 a month, so it doesn't really come from your taxes per se, but I'll get into that in a little bit. But the government will give you $1,000 a month every single month if you're an adult until you die, right? So that'll be $12,000 a year. They say that it will be an estimate of $3.4 trillion worth of debt to our country every single year, right? So what that will do is it will take the boot off a lot of people's throat to be able to have them pay bills. It will put money back in the economy because people will spend it at smaller businesses, also spend it at corporations as well. You're going to see a lot of small businesses thrive, a lot of new businesses being created, because you don't have to worry about that, standard income. That's right below the poverty line. You can still live off of that. But what it will do is basically or how you make it work is basically set up a VAT tax, from what he explains. So a VAT tax will be basically a price on like buying and selling, really. So anything like Amazon that pays $0 in federal taxes will now end up paying, a lot of money, a total across the board of like $800 billion, which kind of eats away at that, $3.4 trillion. But we also need to factor in the fact that it will flow through our economy. Flowing through our economy generates income in itself, puts that money back into us. Instead of taking away from the country, we're putting it right back into those same corporations. So instead of it equaling to $3.4 trillion to start, it's $1.8 trillion plus the VAT tax, which is $800 billion that's taking away. So we really only have to worry about that $1 trillion to make up that debt, which $1 trillion does sound like a lot. Compared to the stimulus bills, it's really nothing. but we can find a way to make that up in a different form. But what it does is it really puts the money into people's hands so that they can put it into the right place. For anybody else that doesn't really need it, that gets a lot of money, you're still getting that. You can get that $1,000 or you can decline it. So someone like Jeff Bezos, who's going to pay out billions and billions of dollars on a VAT tax, would end up getting that $1,000 a month. But I'm sure that anybody that does end up having a position like that would happily decline it. The problem that we have with our tax system is that we encourage people to, kind of save as much money as possible in the best ways that they can. And obviously these countries are doing, or these companies are doing it in a different way. And I don't want to overly explain this because the stock market is about to open. But yeah, they're doing it in a different way to where they're, donating to charities, putting the money back into the business, so it doesn't seem like they're profitable. But yeah, it's a lot to handle. But UBI is definitely something that could be implemented by the government. We just have to figure out a great way of doing it. You look at Alaska. Alaska is doing that, doing some sort of universal basic income, where they're giving, I believe they're giving people money based on oil. So they're giving people oil money. But this would be something, I guess, that he claims as more of like tech money. And I follow it 100%. UBI would definitely help out the country. And that's my opinion, but other people have different opinions. What's going on with Guardian Health Sciences? What is that? What's the ticker symbol? Let's see if I can. I don't know. What's the ticker symbol there? Guardian Health Sciences. Oh, EH. I don't know, but it looks like a penny stock. Dropping significantly. It is a penny stock. It's something that does do that. I don't know why it would be dropping down, but the overall market is down, right? So if the overall market is down, then you're going to see that decrease in that fashion. Now, it does look like over the long haul, let me add on my indicators here. I do have my MA, I need my EMA. It does look over the long haul. It is something that slowly increases from that 22-cent mark up to $1.40, but it is taking a hit at the moment, and that might be due to the down market, but I don't really know the true details into that. It does look like something that is a consistent grower, so it may end up recovering and go basically on the same tear that it did over the last couple of months. So that would be my opinion there. Let me look up. Well, I'm all eyes for these two. I'm still all for Tilray. People just follow the hype, and that's crazy. Wait till this dies and watch it shoot. Wait till it dies and watch it shoot? Like wait until the price dies, not until the hype dies. Right? We have 1 minute. Because I don't think the hype is going to die. I hope the hype doesn't die. If the hype dies, then obviously the increases really die. The massive increase dies, or the squeeze dies, and I don't want that to die. Obviously I want it to continue to go up. I want GME to be volatile, to be one of my normal day trading positions. If I can get GME as something that consistently moves $10 a day and I can actually get in and get out, that would be phenomenal. That's why I like GME at like the $200 price, because I really like it moving back and forth, up and down. It looks like the market is about to open. Let's see exactly what they're going to do. You can see it is increasing here. Not too much. We might see something pull back. Oh, there we go. We're seeing a little bit of a jump. A little bit of a jump. A lot of bit of a jump. Making moves here. We got a lot of people buying into it. What's the volume looking like so far? The volume's at 9.5 million so far. Come on, let's push this price up. what can the volume increase to? So we're seeing a lot of volume. GME's at 120, AMC's at pushing 140. Let's continue to see that jump up. We got 1 minute candlesticks here. Cost is down 10%, but it's still continuing to move up. Oh, that would be a great time to get in. I didn't even look at that. Wow. Wow. Pushing that. You see a lot of sell orders that are coming in, but it's still pushing that price. It looks like it's pulling back at the 850 mark. That's if it breaks through 850, then you know we have a lot of market order buying power. But there's a big wall, 850. Can it push through 850? The orders were filled at this point, and now you see people that are buying. Can we push past 850? We have walls at 867. Wow. Push past 850. That's what we need. GME is moving. It's at 129. That would have been a great price to get into where it actually opened at 117. You could have made a ton of money. It's now pushing 130, moving up 18%, 23% at this moment. AMC is up 51. Up 51. Up to $8.51. It's now pushing back down a little bit, or pulling back down. You do see GME at 134. That's good to see. For all the people that may have invested at 140, it's still in the cards. AMC is now moving backward. It's still up basically 2%, but GME is up 20%. Cost is also making a little bit of a move. It's starting to come back. They're all following each other in these 1 minute time frames. We have 1,800 people in here. Please hit that like button, guys. Tilray is on the rise at 34%. Oh yeah, 3.4%. You can see Tesla that's on a rise here. So that would have been great to get in at this lower point for Tesla and probably sell at $7. That would have been amazing. Cost is making a move. It's really making a move, going up to $20. Tilray's up. It's following that trend line. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. That trend line right there. It's above the trend line and now it's following it. I like to see it. You have Tilray that's up 3%. AMC's up 2%. GME is now moving down a little bit. It is below 130 again. When will shorts available update? Let's look at the shorts for GME. So we have 350,000 for GME. Let's see what's up with AMC. We have 1 million shares available, so it looks like they're offering some of their shorts. They're covering some of them. We do see costs is now at 100,000, so it looks like they're offering some of their shorts, but what they're going to do is they're going to end up shorting these positions. Let me go back to this. They're going to end up re-shorting them as the price goes up. That's why I guess you did see the price go up with a lot of people that were interested in it. You had GME at 4.9 million for the first minute. 850,000 for the next minute. You do have 749,000 for that minute after that. It is starting to come back down, come back to earth. You do see AMC come back down. We had 10 million in the first minute, 1.2 in the second, 1 million in the third. It started to go down a little bit. We see the decrease in volume here. I liked your video today because you didn't post a cringy selfie thumbnail on your video. Well, those are just, I didn't know that was a thing. I'm sorry that I do that. I usually don't try and do like a crazy face. I tend to like cringe at those like crazy faces that people do where they're like crazy, like shocked. Nobody's that surprised. And if I ever do it, I cringe at myself doing it. I don't do it often. You'll probably see it like a couple of times. I think I posted one where I was like this. I think that's like my cringiest one. Cringiest? I don't think that's a word. Where do you see the volume? So if you go here, if I click, or I'm not clicking anything, but if you look up at the top left of the chart, you're gonna see a number of numbers there. And the last thing that's green you can see is the volume. So It shows 10 million right here. You can also see the volume up top, the overall volume, where you see 14 million, 14.3 million. What was crazy is yesterday, we were over 100 million in volume in like the first 30 minutes. So if we see this volume surpass maybe 200 million today, I think we're going to see a positive day. We are seeing some good movement from GME. They're still up 14%. Cost is still down 8%. And Tilray is actually, moving up. It's making some moves here. Like I said, I believe it's going to follow this trend line. It's going to stay above this trend line here. And we'll be fine. If we see some massive increases, then you are going to see some sort of massive decrease to where people sell off. So don't get stuck buying in at the top thinking that it's going to continue to go up from there in the short term, because it might come right back down. Excited for Monday. Yeah, we need to push this price up to maybe $10. Just keep it comfortably above that $8 mark, Make sure you all hit that like button. We got 2,000 people in here. I appreciate you don't do the cringy fake shocked face. You're very real, and I would rather be here and watch your channel grow than watch someone who isn't being genuine. That's amazing to hear. Thank you for that, Amber. I appreciate you saying that. That means a lot. All of the kind words, I love it so much. Download the Webull app. Yeah, everybody download the Webull app. This is the program. I was gonna say this is program because I was reading as I was. This program is Webull. The link is in the description. If you click the link, sign up and deposit $100, you'll get free stocks. GME intraday. What do I watch? 1 minute or 5 minutes? It's better to watch 1 minute. You can watch both, but I would rather watch 1 minute. A lot of times I like to pay attention to that. But 1 minute will tell you a lot in not the long term, but just like, I guess, longer term than 1 minute, Typically with GME, if I am looking to day trade them, right, I'm looking for them to pull back and looking for these large candlesticks to drive up the price. So a lot of times you're going to see this is still as, even though you do have the buying power, the fact that it's on the bottom of the candlestick means that you still have a lot of the selling power that's pushing it. So it's still at the bottom of the candlestick. It's still not giving me a full idea of what's going to happen. As you look at things like this, you can see that this is a complete red candlestick, a large wide range candlestick, and you're going to see a number of candlesticks that come after that. These more look like consolidation than anything as you go through different time periods, but once you see this wide range here, you can possibly get a good move out of it. So that's what I really look for, to see that move there. But also look at the support levels, also look at the orders, where the support levels will be, also the resistance levels. So you see a lot of people that are willing to sell at 130. So if you did invest here, knowing that it would only have the chance to move to that 130 mark, which could be a dollar move, You see a lot of buy orders. There's a buy or a sell wall. Look at that. You've seen the crossover, and it looked like it was going to increase from here. That crossover really does help, but the problem is that the big reason why you did have that crossover is because of these large wide range candlesticks. So you do have a lot of buy orders, you have a lot of sell orders coming in. You have a sell orders coming in at 128. That's where you see a little bit of a pullback. 129 as well. So it's really fighting at that 127 mark. Wondering if you bought in GME, say at $40, what would your take be and stop loss? If I bought into GME at $40, I would have been out of the position already. And then I probably would have been back in somewhere around that $100 mark. So if I'm looking to day trade this over the last couple of days, let's look at some, and you have to look at this real time. The problem with looking at it real time is the fact that it's very tough to to navigate through all of the different pieces. So you have to look at the candlesticks, you have to look at the order flow, all of those different things. So if I bought in at $40, let's say if it was all the way back here, and I'm sorry that I'm going away, if I bought in at $40 and let's say that I knew that it was going to increase, even though nobody knew this, I saw this pushing up, I would have set some stop losses here. It didn't look like it actually pulled back, so I would have set stop losses at 70 to gain some money. Also, I would have set some stop losses probably at the $80 mark, maybe. I might have done a smaller frame. I might have done 75, and then doing 75, you can continue to see that it didn't pull back too far below it, and then you can basically keep setting your stop losses at like a 5 range, but understand what the movement actually is. I don't understand what it was, but looking at this, you could see that it's not pulling back past that $10 mark really. So if you put your stop losses at $10, you're going to be good, and you're going to continue to drive that price up, and maybe you might get stopped out somewhere around here because it did pull back. So if it pulls back from 64 to 54 or even lower, you would get stopped out right here. So I would have been stopped out at somewhere at $150 rather than being stopped out at $200. And it would have been great if I could get in somewhere here and at 170 and then end up being stopped out at 170 on the way down. That's usually where I like to be stopped at, is on the way down. If I'm stopped out on the way up, then I know that I missed out on a bunch. But if I'm stopped out on the way down, then yes, I still missed out on the buy and sell, but I did catch it on the way down, which means that I missed the loss really, and I don't want that loss to be a thing. So let's go back to where it actually is, see what it's doing. It's at 130, 133. That's really good. So look, if you would have invested at this point at the 127 mark in order to push past, you would have made a ton of money out of that. I keep editing my stop loss by $10. That's something you can technically do it by percentage. So you can add on a trailing stop, which will be good for you, where you can do it by the dollar cost. So if you wanted to continue to move by $10, you can do that if you trust the system. Sometimes I don't trust their system and it just doesn't fill my order, and I've had that happen. But most times, more times than not, you will get it filled. But you look at this, like, look at this right here. If you would have actually taken, and this wasn't my advice, it was just my opinion, but if you would have actually done something at 127, ended up selling out at 136 or 137, you could have made a decent profit out of it, And it's still going up. 139 here. AMC's moving too. Look at that. Look at that beautiful thing. Look at that. Yeah, 870 and climbing. We have 2,194 people in here. Please hit that like button. Get it above as many likes as you possibly can. Thank you for all the super chats that I did receive this morning. I appreciate all of you. I wish that I can continue to stream because I love communicating with everybody. I love talking about all this stuff. This is what I love to do. Shit, man, thanks a lot. Oh, you actually got in at that point? Hey, Nam, you actually got in at that point? Just make sure you understand where your stop losses are going to be. I understand driving up the prices, but you need to understand a lot of points in order to make some money short term. AMC volume, what's the AMC volume at? 22 million. It's pretty good, 22 million. We're definitely moving. We're above $9 now. Let's push up. Now we're below $9, but we were above $9. We did push the $9 mark. I love to see that. This channel is so chill. I like it. If I profit from AMC, I will send a super chat. Thank you. I appreciate that. Even just the thought of saying that. Hopefully, some people were able to make some profits out of this, moving from $8 all the way up to $9. They can make some profit. And GME, sorry that popped up. GME, I mean, you're moving quite a bit. You could have made a decent amount going up to $42. But definitely, if you wanted to get stopped out, then get stopped out. But this is what it's all about. It's about making money. I understand people don't like the day trading aspect of it because they're like, hold on, hold on, hold on. But the only thing that's bringing this down, yes, you do have a number of people that are selling to make a profit, but the number of things that are bringing this price down are just the hedge funds, the people that are putting in these shorts positions, seeing this price go up. I swear that AMC holds share. Oh, where are they at? Goodness gracious, where did it go? I swear that AMC holds shares in GME. It must be the case. They both are moving the same way. You can see costs actually making the same move. So it's everything that's really shorted that's making the same move. Actually, all of these different positions are up today. You can see Tilray that's up. Tesla is up a little bit, but that looks pretty interesting to me. Pretty interesting. Look at that. Look at how quick Tesla moves. Since it's such a high price, you gain so many dollars from it. You can also lose dollars as well, but it moves so much. Look at this. Pushback. We did see that wide range red candlestick. Are we going to see another one? If we see another green one, if we see another wide range green one, then it may be good. It looks like it's fighting that 135 mark. You do have some sell orders at 137, some buy orders all across the board here. The volume for GME is now at 13 million, which is very high for the first 30 minutes. AMC is not as high as it was yesterday for the first 30 minutes, but it is moving quite a bit. You are seeing a little bit of a pullback to that 850 mark. Hopefully we can get it above $9. Let's continue to push this price up, guys. Either your stream or your broker is delayed. The stream is delayed. The stream is delayed by like 5 seconds, I think. Maybe a little bit more than that. Sorry if it is. I don't know how to undelay it. I would like it to be like actually live. The problem with it being live is that you run into more like lag issues. Would pushing sell orders pushing sell orders really high to the price of the market have any effect on the market? Yes. Putting in limits at high sell orders, yes, it does still have an effect on the market. Obviously, you can't go too high because they only let you go to a certain point. But putting in your sell orders at a high limit, it does affect the market. They know that you're willing to sell. They know that it's coming up there, and the price is adjusted accordingly based on the limit orders that are out there. So it's not just when it gets up to that point, it's way before it starts to adjust. So sometimes I won't like to put in these limit orders, and I'll put in my stop loss, and whenever I see it at a point to where I want to sell, that's where I'll put in my market order. So market order ends up being my go-to after I have my stop loss. I don't always let it stop me out. Sometimes I'll see a price target that's kind of something that I will go with, and I'll sell it at that point, and I won't put in a limit order. I'll just sell it as a market order. So GME is sitting at 130. Hopefully, if you did end up getting in at a certain point, you could take like a profit or something like that. But again, I know I'm talking as a day trader and people don't want to hear this, but I like when people gain profits. So no limit orders at $69 or 420. Well, I don't think you can put a limit order that high or that low. I think you can put a stop loss that low, but you can't put a limit order that low. If you put a stop loss at $69, saying you don't want to surpass $69, and you get stopped out then yeah, you can do that. But you can't put a limit order that high from where it's at. At least in Fidelity, you can't. We have 2,200 people in here. If you could hit that like button, that will be amazing. Get it to 1,500 likes. We have 10 minutes left in the stream. And maybe a little bit less because I have to get prepared for a meeting. So oh shoot, forgot to punch in. Yeah, I could punch in. Oh, come on, what keeps popping up? Oh, sorry guys, you lost my focus. Just because you are for us. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Thank you for saying that. Again, I want everybody to make as much money as possible. When do you think it's a good time to buy into AMC? Like I said, I liked anything that was below $10 as the overall move. But if you're looking to buy in for any short-term gain or gain as much as possible, you obviously want to see it drop a little bit more to gain more. But I would hope that it stays above that $8 mark so that we can potentially see that gamma squeeze that everybody's hoping for. But yeah, I need to sign out and then sign back in. Sorry guys, I'm losing my focus here. But right now AMC is still sitting at 4% and GME is sitting at 24%. So of a gain. So we're sitting pretty. Let's just hope it stays this way because we did see a massive sell-off at the end of the day yesterday, which wasn't really good. Wasn't good at all. Jesus. All right, that's good. I'll make sure to give an update later today. As time goes on, I'm going to stop it at 9:55 just so I have some time to prepare for what I need to prepare for. But yeah, if you feel like investing for the long haul, just know that AMC, what the hedge funds are doing with AMC, GME, and costs really, they're doing things that obviously will help out their situation for the long haul, and they have the money to do that. So it just makes it a little bit difficult for a lot of people, especially the people that are just investing to gain some sort of profit out of it, a long-term profit. It should have been a short squeeze, but they're turning it into a long, like huge bubble, basically. Until the interest really rises, we have no way of squeezing them out of their position. They're trying to squeeze us out of our position. Did you see the spike in when New York opens up next Friday? And what price do you think? Do I see a spike when the New York Stock Exchange opens next Friday? I can't say that I can predict what could happen that far. Why did this pop up like this? How am I supposed to clock in if I can't? You invested in GME? I'm not invested in GME right now. I would like to see it go lower before I actually make another move. But yeah, I'm not invested then. All right, I think I have to end the stream, guys. Thank you so much for watching, for sticking by. We are up 1%, almost 2% in AMC, and we are up 22% in GME. I have to get out of here. Make sure you tell me any comments that you have on my videos that I posted today. I probably posted, I think, 3 videos today, 7:30, 8:30, 9:30, but I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. Thank you guys. Again, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you want this platform, it's Webull. Link is down in the description. If you want to learn how to day trade for a living, go to the books that are in my store. If you want to check out my store down below, I have a bunch of things down there, and hopefully you can gain some success. But that's it, guys. I'm going to get out of here, and I'll catch you guys in the next stream.